Hey everybody, what's going on? Mark J here from Apochromatic Unlimited. We are here on the very last day of Pride to celebrate not only LGBTQ people, but also to raise money for the Trevor Project. We're still raising money for that. You can still contribute to our fundraiser and win fabulous prizes. Very fabulous prizes. We are here to play a wonderful game of Thirsty Sword Lesbians with the wonderful GM Candace. Air horn. Taylor, put in the air horn sound effects later. Thank you. And with that, I'm going to hand it over to Candace. We can do introductions and begin our game.
Yes. Wonderful. Hello, everyone. I am so excited to be joining Apochromatic Unlimited for this final Pride event for to benefit the Trevor Project. I am super excited to be representing the queer community today, the POC community today. It is a good day to be marginalized, even though the world is less friendly to all of us right now. But we are here for each other, and that's what matters. I am a TTRPG enthusiast, a voice actor, a writer, and sensitivity consultant. You can find me at that Candace Girl on Twitter, or at Candace everywhere else. Please let me popcorn it over to Matt. Please introduce yourself and tell everybody what playbook you're playing.
Okay,
sorry, pause
my name
1
is
second.
Matt, he, him pronouns. The playbook I'll be playing is, the Sun Hand. And my character name is Ming Yi, first name Ming, family name Yi, and he, they pronouns. And I'll popcorn it over to Maxx.
Hi, I'm Maxx. I use he, they pronouns. I'm Arcane Goth on the internet. Today I am playing Hayden, who is the investigator playbook, and reverse my pronouns to they, he for Hayden. And I will send it over to Mark.
Hey everybody, Mark J here once again. You can find me at More Than Murray on Twitter, and today I'm going to be playing from the playbook The Scoundrel, and I'll be playing Jocelyn. Oh my god, I'm so happy to be here. Like, it's going to be so much fun to play with you all. Yeah, I'm going to bring it to my homeboy, Keicho.
Hey,
Can you hear me?
All right.
Yeah, okay, sorry.
Yeah, I can hear you. My name is Hector. My pronouns are he, they. Today I am playing you can find me at Keicho Kami on Twitter. That's what Mark was talking about. I am the playbook I'm playing is The Beast. And I'm playing Oso. Full name is Oso Lopez. And Oso's pronouns are she, him. And yeah, he is intense and a burlesque performer and leather daddy.
Hell yeah.
Bear.
Best kind of daddy.
Yeah. I'm playing the Kink Belongs to Pride character.
I would like it if we all played the Kink Belongs at Pride character to some degree.
To some degree,
As long as we're supporting.
Word.
With consent.
Always with consent. So it's a beautiful day in our story here. The sun is shining, birds are chirping. It is the eve of a spectacular Pride event. The entire city is kind of lit up with lights and balloons and all kinds of other kind of accoutrement. You see flags hanging from every flagpole, beautiful shades of rainbow and pastel colors, and every pride flag that you could possibly, imagine. You've got people, shop owners, making sure that they're polishing up their windows, their jams, making sure the outsides of their establishments look really good. The big pride is going to be going down the strip. There are beautiful pennants kind of hanging street lights. The whole city is in on it. Everyone is very excited. And the camera kind of pulls in on the tassel and tail, nestled in between two buildings, is a three-story. It looks two from the outside. It looks two from the outside because there's a basement. It's a bookshop. The windows are beautifully decorated. They have a different selections.
Sorry, because anyone else hearing that echo?
Of course. Yeah, of course.
No, it's just on my end.
No.
Okay, sorry about that.
Okay. Anything I need to fix?
I'll fix it on my end.
Okay.
Sorry about that. Go on.
Okay. Do you need it?
Nope. Keep going.
Oh, you're good?
Yeah.
Okay. The camera in a two-story building nestled between two others, and the shop window is full of really interesting books. There's some mannequins in there with bookish teas, as well as some spicy sayings and a selection of like nice harnesses and other kind of pride accessories. But the real star of the show are definitely the books. There are tons of both fiction and nonfiction by queer authors about queer things, and at the top of the building says "The Tassel and Tail" in beautiful gold lettering on a nice kind of purplish background. Let me know, of the 3 floors of the Tassel and Tail, the top floor is the restricted section. The back room has a host of adult content items and a little bit of a kink associate, kind of kink adjacent selection of goods. And in the front has a selection of first edition books, things that are rare or hard to find, things that like banned books that are mostly out of print, things like that, kind of an antiquary meets spicy fetish room. And then the middle floor has the room split deftly into, on the left you have some fiction, on the right you have all your nonfiction, mostly modern stuff or reprintings, and then in the basement is the tassel part of the Tassel and Tail, T-A-L-E, and that is the burlesque club. So I would like to know, go around the table and introduce your actual character, describe what they look like, and what they might be doing in the Tassel and Tail on this particular day.
I would like to go first.
Please.
So also is a 6'4", 240 pounds of pure muscle, V-shaped torso, short cropped hair on the sides, longer on the top, very well maintained beard, and he's got Spanish features, even though he's fair skinned, and he's got very kind of intense looking dark brown eyes, which kind of gives out, that's the very obvious part of him that is Latino. Is you've got this bright red hair, but the eyes are like, you can see like, kind of intense indigenous dark brown eyes coming out of this fair skinned red hair. He is, at this point, he is probably wearing a comfortable pair of cut off jeans that hug him in all the right places. He has a black and white bandana that is tucked into his back pocket, and he is wearing I think he's probably just wearing his harness at this point. He's got boots on, like low cut, like army boots that are only maybe, it's not 20 holes that go all the way up to his shin. They just kind of go up to his ankles. His show boots. And he's just wearing like a black leather harness, and then his chest is just covered in dark red fur. And there's even a little bit like of back hair as well, which he doesn't like to shave because he thinks his body hair is beautiful. And he would probably be on the stage with a backwards chair rehearsing.
Okay.
The number that he is going to do for the opening festivities.
Okay. Who is next?
I can go.
Okay.
So Hayden is a kind of a mid-20s student type. Hayden is actually a writer who is at this shop as more of a year-round kind of deal, as a workspace. They sort of stumbled into this writing career after a story they wrote in high school got very popular, and have just been coasting on that ever since. And so they of course are here to support the event this weekend, and they have tried to don something a little bit more daring and less bookish than their usual. So they are wearing shorts with like very tall socks that have the like bi flag colors alternating in stripes up them, and there is a little bit of like glitter sprayed into their short, somewhat messy brown hair. They are Latino as well. They have a little bit of an olive skin tone, but sun freckles from being out at the Pride events in the month of June. And right now they have taken a break from their writing and their laptop, and they are browsing the harnesses and other accessories that are made available by the store.
Excellent. Okay. Who is next?
I'll go. You see Jocelyn wearing thigh-high latex pink boots, long, kind of up to the shoulder, same kind of style pink gloves up to the shoulder, a pink, white, and blue, kind of a tartan skirt, and a big heart over their chest. It's revealing, but not too revealing, but also revealing because it's Pride. Because who cares? We're all naked anyway, half naked anyway. Jocelyn stands about 6'1", long lashes, makeup face, blonde hair. Just looks fabulous today. Is perusing the first edition used books because they might buy one or they might walk out with one. But it depends. Depends how we're feeling. Jocelyn's a collector of antique books and find the finer things in life.
Okay. Pronouns?
Pronouns are she, they.
Okay. And Matt.
All right. So Ming is coming in. I'd say that the shop that he works at is probably a couple blocks away. But he always comes in to make a delivery of pastries. Sometimes, sometimes they sell out really quick. So then it's like, okay, we have to make a second delivery. And it's always a pleasure. Ming always loves coming in to Tassel and Tail because, of course, at the bakery, he's got a little special side gig where he makes matches for people. Where it's like, okay, it's like a speed dating pastry event where you come in, you describe, what you want in both food and also in a potential, partner. And they'll arrange it so that you get, a little pan au chocolat, and you might get some good conversation, But as Ming steps into Tassel and Tail, you see he's got his apron on. He's got his sleeves, a button-up white shirt rolled up. He's got a red chef's hat, and he's got a big box. And on the side, you can see the name of the bakery caked up, and it says "Always hot and bready." As he takes in some fresh pastries, some breads, walks by a bunch of people, just kind of like, smiling, waving. If there's anyone new, he'll probably introduce himself and then realize, oh shoot, I have to get these over to the cafe. But that's Ming.
So Ming, he, him, or he, they?
He, they.
Okay. And I would like to give you a +1 on your next roll. You can use it whenever you want for that fantastic, just buffet of puns.
Thank
Just
you.
delightful. Thank you for that.
So good.
I
Thank you.
appreciate it.
Yes. Okay, so we're gonna start in the bookstore proper, since we've got 2 people that are kind of hanging out in there. So Hayden, you're sitting at this table. The front does have kind of a collection of sofas and chairs, and then like a little table and chair kind of set up for people who want to sit and drink coffee. There's a little coffee bar there. Alcoholic beverages are downstairs in the tassel part of the tail. And there's just someone kind of paging through, a magazine, probably something, mindless that you don't really have to focus on. Sitting up at the register, you see a Latin person. He is sort of petite, about 5'5", 5'6", and he's just kind of like every once in a while just kind of glances around and then goes back to his magazine. But his eyes kind of light up when he sees Ming walk through the door. Ming, you're here often. Hey, you might be acquainted with this person. Eddie Villanueva is somebody who works at the tail part of the tassel by day, and then is a boylesque dancer and drink server at night. He is relatively new, probably last 6 months, so he's still kind of working his way up in the world of performance. But he's very handsome. Classic kind of big twinkie smile, big dimples, deeply tanned skin, lightly kind of muscled body, swimmer's kind of build. And he's wearing the purple. It's almost like a magenta infused purple, like a pinky purple, and it has little tassels as the little clasps that hold the apron in place, and then around the back as well, like a little gold tassel that holds that closed. And he waves excitedly at you, Ming, when you come in. Hey, how are you?
Eddie,
what's going on? Hey,
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. What do you have today?
Oh, I mean, I've got plenty of baguettes for the charcuterie stuff around the cafe.
Oh,
I've got some croissant. You know what? And Ming is gonna kind of slide over a little bit and say, "I was saving this for myself," but and he'll just kind of slip a croissant over. Don't tell anyone, okay?
I won't. Thanks. I'm not supposed to snack at work, so it'll be our secret.
Oh yeah.
He winks
Just
at you.
between us.
Yeah, he winks at you and puts his hand on top of yours as he kind of takes the croissant from you and secrets it away behind the register. He calls out, Hayden, there's fresh pastries. Did you want me to add anything to your tab, or?
Hayden was like watching this scene go down, like very unconvincingly, like reading one of the books that was just like a grab and go near the register. Like, oh, me? Yeah, I'll take why don't you just enjoy that? I'm actually just gonna keep browsing, and I'll see you later.
Yeah, okay, cool. He turns
and
back
then I'm gonna wink, like, really not nonchalantly as I should, at Ming.
Yeah.
I feel like Eddie looks over at Ming and is like, lots of suitors today. Maybe, you should start specializing in matching yourself up with some people.
Oh,
There's a lot of good-looking people in this city, and especially at this store right now in here.
yeah. I just don't know how I would choose. I just feel like, when it comes to life, I mean, I've got my breads, I've got my work. It seems like time's a little hard to come by.
He takes a step back, showing you kind of like a little bit of a flex. Yeah, I've got a lot on my plate too. Gotta, stay fit. Got my family. Gotta work, performance. But I mean, who says you can't have it all, right? I mean, polyamory's a thing, Ming.
That's true. When you got some free time, why don't you come by the bakery sometime? To one of the events. I've got a special spot saved for you.
I'd love to learn anything you're willing to teach me.
Oh, I'm a very good teacher.
I think that he blushes from his chest to his eyebrows. He is just this beautiful shade of scarlet as he starts nibbling at his croissant and just turns back to his magazine. The speed in which he is flipping through these pages tells you everything you need to know about how much he is not reading this at all. So upstairs, I think he probably glances up where is this person that went upstairs forever ago and has not come down yet? ... Upstairs, you're browsing through these books, I imagine, and you are looking, Jocelyn, at a first edition copy of Annie on My Mind. It's a YA book from forever ago that is honestly very, very roughly handled. It doesn't look like anyone really took care to keep it pristine, which is to say loved. And it's sitting in a glass case that has a lock on the bottom of it. Most of these really nice books are behind glass with locks, but there's a little sign that says ring the bell if you need anything and someone will come and help you. The back room itself, all the way to the back where the adult section is, that's behind a curtain. It's a beautiful fringed kind of beaded situation that tinkles when you go through it so people can hear if you're sneaking in there and you're not supposed to. And there's a person sitting at a little kind of almost like a podium style desk, kind of just looking at their phone, watching something, one headphone in, doing some kind of motions with her shoulders, a little back and forth, and you occasionally see an arm come out and do a flourish. Beautiful Indian woman, very curvy and petite, short, 5'4", big dark eyes, long eyelashes, unmade up for the day, but very elegant looking.
Oh my god, what are you listening to?
Oh, yeah, there's a new remix of a Tegan and Sarah
Let me
song
see.
that I was.
Oh my god.
Yeah, yes, and she offers you that. She lets you take it.
Yeah.
They're one of my favorite groups. I really enjoy them. I have a show later tonight, practicing.
Oh my god, you have an accent.
Yeah, I grew up in Great Britain until I was 10, and then my family moved me here, and this is home. Last 15 years.
Wow, Great Britain's far away.
It really is. It takes forever to get there to go visit, but travel, am I right? Family and all that.
Yeah, travel and family, it's so much. It's too much. Why is this too much?
Life is too much. I work
Oh my
so many
God.
fucking jobs.
I have that
with a roof
tattoo
over
on
my
my
head.
back.
Are you serious? Can I see?
Turn around and there's a small tattoo. It's actually quite big. It says "Life is too much." This is my favorite poem.
Oh my goodness, really? And you feel very small, but very warm and soft hands kind of tracing the letters across your shoulder.
Oh my god, your hands are so soft.
Oh, thank you. Yes, I try not to do too much heavy lifting if I can help it.
Oh my god. My name is Jocelyn, by the way.
Oh, hi. It's quite nice to meet you. Have you been in here before? I'm Rita.
Oh, Rita, nice to meet you. No, I've never been in here before. This place is full of books, though.
Yes, tons of books. I'm not a big reader. I'd much rather listen to an audiobook, but the stuff behind me is a little bit more my speed.
I don't believe in audiobooks.
No? Oh. Well, to each their own.
Are they
I'm
even
sure.
real? What is that?
I
What's
think
there on
so.
paper?
They are, but Has no one done you the pleasure of reading to you?
That's just like a podcast.
Well, I mean, I like those too.
You're really smart.
Thank you. It's
And
not
pretty.
something
Oh my god.
I hear a lot. Pretty? Oh! You see, like, she's wearing this kind of like low cut, like a scoop neck t-shirt that says "Good Girl" across it, and little jean shorts and knee-high socks that very similar to Hayden's, except they have the pan flag on them in like little narrow stripes, and like little combat boots. And she just like blushes at you, like this deep burgundy blush. Thank you. You're quite pretty.
I know.
I can tell. You seem, if I can be so bold, you seem like trouble.
No, I'm brainy.
Brainy can be troublesome.
Oh. I think so. Maybe so. No, I'm not trouble. I just like to like have a good time and read books. Tell me about this book over here, though. I kind of like want to check that one out.
Annie on my mind.
I have my library cards right here.
Oh, no. You don't rent these. So if you want to take out a book, you could always talk to Sherry. She's the owner. They'd probably let you. Maybe not. This one's already in tatters. I don't know why anyone would love a book this much, but apparently it's quite prolific. She unlocks the case and hands it to you.
Books are like friends. You have to take care of them.
Well, this is what I mean. I mean, would you take a look at this? And she holds it up. It's been dog-eared, highlighted in, someone's written in the margins. Like, it is a well-loved copy, but to her, it's like absolute garbage. Like, why would this be $350? Really?
That's like so much money.
It's so much money. And I get it. I think it might be Sherry's copy, and she doesn't really want it.
Oh, it's like her personal copy?
But I think so. I haven't really looked inside because I don't,
Maybe we should just take a look right now. Like, let's just read it. Like, maybe you could read it to me, like you just said, like a podcast.
Oh. Yes. Okay. There's a chair here, and she points to a chaise longue that's like sitting in corner.
Oh my, that's.
You can make yourself comfortable if you'd like.
Yeah, let's get comfortable together.
Okay. And she pulls over like an equally ornate chair, and sits down with you, and starts reading this book to you. Inside the cover, you can see that someone has taken kind of a black magic marker, and there's a name inside. The last name is Kolya, and you can see that they just kind of marked out the first name. And in a much more, like, the last name is in like a very childish kind of script, but in a much more adult script, it says Sherry now instead. So, flashing downstairs to the basement, you're up on stage also, and you are working it out. Let us know, do you know what song you're performing to? Do you know like what kind of routine?
Benny
you're preparing
Benassi's
for?
Satisfaction.
Fuck yes. All right. Excellent
Yes.
choice.
Yeah.
So you're up there, the music is pumping, right? Like dress rehearsal here, you might as well be putting on a show, right? You can see there's a bartender in the back that's setting up, that's prepping for everything. Planning on opening a little bit earlier today to have all 3 sections open for the big street parade that's going to be happening at 4. It's relatively early in the day, like 11, 12 o'clock. And you can see just kind of, like servers and things like that kind of bustling, making sure all the tables are good, someone's sweeping to make sure that there's no trash on the floor, things like that. It's a long process because this is actually quite a sizable room, but it's really nothing to you. You're on stage, the music is just perfect, you're feeling it. And as you're kind of doing your motions and your moves and things like that, you see someone come out with a mirror. They don't go on stage with you. They just kind of stand right in front of you, and they have a full-length mirror that they place down. Hey, sugar. I thought you might need this. They smile at you. even from them just standing in front of the stage, you can tell this person is exquisitely tall. They're like 6'5", right?
Right. They're taller than
They,
me.
oh yeah, they're 6'5".
Oh.
They have very fair, kind of pale skin, brilliant red hair. Kind of looks like a natural redhead, but enhanced by a little bit of dye, especially at the ends, like this really bright kind of pop red color. Very beautiful, like heavy lidded eyes with long lashes. Kind of more of a sharper jaw and a kind of a sharper nose. But a dazzling smile full of these beautiful white teeth. And she's holding in her like very strong, powerful hands this like kind of larger than normal mirror, one that she could use. She's got big, broad shoulders, and even at 6'5", she's not in her heels yet. She's just kind of hanging out like in her flats. She's got like little like stylish flat Mary Janes on, and like a nice sundress that's going over her body. Very curvy, kind of a nipped in waist, but just really nice flare at the hips with the sundress. Just grinning at you a little wolfishly. Oh, so darling, how are you doing?
I'm doing good, Mama.
Do you need this
Thank
today?
you for the mirror.
I thought you might want to see how good you look before you go on stage.
I appreciate it. Just hold steady right there as he just sort of drops like into like a squat, and then like just pops, and then just sort of like kind of just does like a pelvic thrust like forward, like in the perfect like form, like all of his muscles are tense, his hands are behind his head, and just like and I would like to entice this person. I love rolling dice. I also love role playing. But,
excellent. Please.
I want to get the heat started.
Please
first
go
roll.
ahead.
Yes.
First roll of the session.
Yes.
You're gonna roll plus your heart.
All right. Oh, I rolled a 6 and a 5.
Ooh.
And my heart is +2.
Okay.
So 11,
my
that's a
gosh.
13.
You're gonna go ahead and take a string on one Cherry Cola. Okay.
Yes.
Cherry Cola is the owner of the Tassel and Tail. She kind of strokes her beard and looks at you, and just like drinks you in, seeing you do these moves, and like gets on stage and says, "Oh, what about the double act?" Her heavy kind of Russian accent in your ear as she kind of moves her hands over your body and starts doing kind of like almost Vogue behind you.
Oh yeah.
As you're doing your motions.
Question. Can I take a point of feral? It says you expressed yourself in a shocking way through your appearance.
You absolutely can.
Okay.
Yes.
Fabulous. All right.
Yeah. You can feel her hands like, so their fingers are kind of coming up on your back, since your back is exposed, and they're running through like that mane of fur that you have there. And she kind of says, "Oh my goodness, you're so manly. It's very appealing, if I may say so myself."
I'm here to satisfy Mama.
Oh, you are bringing plenty of customers tonight.
So, what are you thinking for the after party? And I wanna do a figure somebody out. I want to see what Mama's intentions are. Like, are they? Is she really interested? Because I'm much more interested in men, but Sherry's a powerful, amazing,
Oh yeah.
exception. Pansexual exceptions can be made.
She loves to kind of float right in that sweet spot. Very, very femme, but keeps her beard nicely groomed. Like, doesn't shy away. Doesn't really wear anything around her neck to disguise anything. She's just herself.
All right.
Yes. Go ahead. You're gonna roll plus wit. Gotcha. If you want to spend your string, though, you can add some more points to that if you need them. I'm a big fan of decide to spend the string after you find out what the roll is.
Oh.
yeah.
I'm
All right,
that
let's do
person.
this. You're that person.
Yeah.
appreciate
No,
that.
I'm doing good. I rolled a 9
Okay.
minus 1 is 8.
All right.
So I got an 8 on that roll.
Okay. So
But
you can ask. Mhm.
okay. I also have bloody truth. When you
Ooh.
figure out a person in, I guess, physical conflict, I guess we're
Mhm.
touching each other.
Yeah.
You may additionally ask one of these questions, even on a -6, which is,
Okay.
what awakens the beast inside you, or how could I get you to kiss me?
Ooh.
Oh my god.
So that's added to the figure someone out list.
So let's go ahead and start with your additional question, and then we'll go to the regular questions.
Sweet. Oh,
Mhm.
Let's
Which one of those do
go.
you want to know?
I want to know what awakens the beast inside you.
You kind of pose. How do you pose that question to her?
Fairly. I think
Okay.
at a certain point, he just goes like he kind of tilts his head back and just like growls in her ear, and then takes in the smell, and it's like
Sniff?
instinctive, right? Like it's like a growl and then like a smell, and maybe he says something like, "What do you want to eat tonight after the show?"
Yeah. Suddenly, everything is red. Her entire body just lights up, and you feel kind of her head kind of go right on your shoulder, and you can feel like the cascade of her hair kind of tumble over as she just kind of like purrs a little bit and says, "I speak your language. I think tonight I'm hungry for meats, all kinds. I think it makes me a little feral when I have a buffet, a charcuterie to choose from." She squeezes your biceps, and you can feel like her little short fingernails kind of digging into your skin a little bit. She spins you around to face her, and you can kind of see, like, she's obviously very much feeling this. She's taking you in. Because you got a solid score on your figuring her out. I can't give you everything because it wasn't the big success.
No,
but
no,
I
no,
can
no.
tell you that you see that there's something behind her eyes. Like she's engaging with you. She's here. She's present. They're feeling wonderful, right? It's clear that they are picking up what you're putting down. But there's a little something back there.
Okay.
So
All
what
right,
are your what did you want to ask for your other
questions? What do you love most?
Well, I mean, I love the tassel and tail. It was always my dream growing up to make sure that I have a roof over my head. I can help other people and, make something of myself. This is it. My home. I think you can ask too.
Yes. What do you hope to get from tonight's event?
I hope to get more eyes on us. I hope to squash the competition. She gets really serious when she says that. Like all the joy kind of fades from her face for a second. It's split second. There and it's gone. Blink and you'll miss it. But for a minute, she gets very serious when she talks about the competition. And then brightens again. What do you hope to get? What do you hope to get from working here and being around me?
Sense of control. It just feels like everything's been so out of control. And it all goes away when I'm on the stage or when I'm doing a scene or when I'm with somebody, whether that's, whether I just, when I'm someone's fantasy, all the worries just sort of wash away, and I just get to give in to the animal.
She strokes your face and tilts your chin up to look at her and scratches under your chin. Oh, yes.
And he just sort of it's a very like boyish kind of like moment. Like, this is the thing, nobody does this with Oso is daddy, but in that moment he just sort of leans up, sticks his butt out, and just starts wagging it like he has a tail, and like a young baby queer just discovering love for the first time, and it's just melting.
She just looks at you and says, "You come to me anytime. I know what it's like to have the heart and soul of an artist, of a poet, and to not be fulfilled. You will find control here. You will win yours back. And maybe sometimes, you think about giving it to me." And she just sachets away from you. Like, she's there, and then she's just like nothing but her perfume as you kind of see her disappear into the dressing room. About
DJ, I need a break. And then he just sort of falls under the ground like flat angel style on the stage. Didn't mean to interrupt, but I had to give you that.
You hear a voice. Yeah, no, not at all. You hear a voice shout out, "Yep, yeah, I figured." And like the music kind of turns down, and like some lo-fi comes up in its place. All of you are enjoying your time at the Tassel and Tail, just kind of whiling away for the next like 10 or so minutes until you hear a scream. It is deep and throaty, but also semi-blood curdling. Also, you hear it coming from the dressing room. The rest of you don't know where it's from. Suddenly, in all of the locations where you are, the people who are working that you're kind of around right now, you hear kind of like a ping, like on their like cell phones, like a little alert sound. And they say, upstairs, Jocelyn, you hear Rita go, "Oh, I'm so sorry. Would you mind coming downstairs with me? I just need to be gone for just a second. I have to lock up, and I can't leave you up here by yourself. Would you mind just escorting me to the Tassel downstairs?"
I'm not really done looking at the books.
We can come back. No, we
Oh.
can come back. I promise. I just need you to come with me, just really quickly. I'm kind of nervous. This is the first time we've had an alert go off.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Okay. I'm so sorry. And she grabs your hand very gently, kind of escorts you out, and then locks the door behind her, and then runs down that main floor of stairs. Ming and Hayden, you guys see her kind of like zoom in, right? She's hauling ass on the stairs. As you kind of see Eddie kind of making the motions to like lock the front door and all that stuff. Do you guys mind just coming downstairs for a second? I know this is like a really big imposition. You don't have to if you don't want to. I'm just really worried about Sherry. Do you mind if I just, you can come if you want. I've got to go. Is that fine?
What's going on?
I don't know. There's an alarm. There's an alert. We're supposed to use it if there's something going on. We've never really had one before, but did you hear that? I'm pretty sure that was her.
Let's go. Yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys. Fuck. And you see, like, he's both of these employees are deeply shaken. Like, this has clearly never happened before. When you all arrive in the dressing room, you all see Sherry. She is draped over one of the chairs that are sitting in front of the vanity, and she's crying, and she has a crumpled up piece of paper in her hands. Her mascara is a mess. It's all over her face, and she just kind of seems a little inconsolable.
Okay, I'm just gonna walk up, and I'm just gonna put my hand on the small of her back,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm just gonna be like, "It's okay, Mama. It's okay. Let me look."
You don't understand.
I'm just gonna gently take the note and let everybody kind of huddle around me and open it up. You know, like in a movie when the big reveal happens and we're all looking at the letter together.
Okay, so all of you see on this letterhead, it is a flyer for the Razzle Dazzle, looking for performances. It says it in big letters. You can see the logo. The Razzle Dazzle, all of you know, is the bar across the street. It is known for like vaudeville kind of performances. They have comedian nights, like comedy open mic nights and things like that.
Bitches.
It's less of a multi-tiered establishment than this one. It just kind of does the one thing.
Yeah.
It is sitting the chair that Sherry is sitting in. On the back says Holly Day, and you guys know that Holly is the headliner for the event tonight. She is one of the most well-known queens in the area, right? She does fantastic, just next level drag. There are a bunch of different themes that she likes to incorporate into her work. Like they're on a whole other level. Like people are like, you should compete, you should leave town, you should go and share your beauty with the world. She's got a TikTok that people love looking at. Like she is a big deal in the community. But she is nowhere to be found in this room. And dress rehearsal is, as you know, also now. I have no idea. I thought we were paying enough. She said that she was excited. What are we going to do? Also, you're wonderful, but you are just one beautiful man. How are we supposed to entertain everyone? We have Eddie and Rita, and I cannot. I am MC. I cannot go on stage and just give my all the way that Holly could. I just.
Mama.
On the back
Mama.
it says.
What's it say on the back?
It says.
What's it say on the back?
It says "see you soon," and I think that's a question mark. I cannot lose this place. This is my everything.
Everything's gonna be okay. I'm going to handle it. And I would like to offer support in a way that could be meaningful to them, and offer emotional support.
Please.
Okay, so that is a 7 plus 2 is a 9.
Okay.
And then it says, if they open it up to you, choose one. Either clear condition, mark XP, +1 forward, or gain insight from the GM about an obstacle facing one of you.
So I would say, since we don't have any conditions, and it's a one-shot, so we're not doing XP, you can either choose... Yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and give you some insight, since she's an NPC, but you can take +1 forward on her behalf. Yeah.
Okay.
So she kind of looks up at you through these just sodden lashes and says, you're just asking me about what I love most in this world. This is it. I cannot lose this. I need her back. We didn't have a falling out. She doesn't seem angry. Do you think she could have been poached by those fucks at the Razzle Dazzle?
I know my set like the back of my hand. I'm gonna go fucking handle this. As he crushes the note and slams it on the table, and the table kind of rattles, and he gets up. Above table, I would like the rest of the PCs to either attempt to stop me or come with me. I'm expressing a desire. My character's about to go off the rails. They're about to go over there, potentially do something violent, but I want to invite the rest of the table to try to stop me or change my mind or do something different, or go along with it if you want. But I want to let you guys know that, I don't want my character to go over and hurt somebody, but as the beast, that is what they are going to do.
Excellent.
And don't even worry about rolling figure it out. I want you guys just, if that's okay, Candace, I want them just to know that I'm about to do something violent and reckless that is going to cause problems.
Yes, I'm all about communicating intention. I love this. Yes.
Okay, so he hits it. He gets up, turns around, and I am going to transform.
Really? Okay.
Oh, snap.
And my Farrell goes up to. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, you as you kind of turn and you start to kind of, I imagine, are you popping out or wolfing out?
So my transformation is a hairy leather daddy beast, sexy and dangerous.
Okay.
So like his back straightens, his hair. Does his hair get longer? Does he have canines? Like you're not really sure. And he's like, and then he just starts walking with intense bestial purpose.
Okay. So you do hear like the cries of Rita and Eddie, who both of you know both of them, like you work with them, they're fellow performers. You can hear them just going, "Fuck him up! Fuck him up! Whoever, just go over there!" No, they're not holding you back. They're like,
they're not holding me back. No. All right.
Like, are you nuts? The cops are looking for an excuse to nail people like us this month, and I am going to. I don't think Hayden really knows exactly what to do, but if you make a move to actually like leave the premises, I will follow.
All right. So this is where I think Candace is gonna have some fun because I rolled, and I got a 6.
Ooh.
So there's no fail. You get to make a move.
Okay. So.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, I'm sorry, Max. What, Hayden? What were you? Yeah, you were like.
Yeah, I basically am just I think that Hayden is like well aware that they are not within like the physical ability to to physically stop you. But if you are making a move to leave, I am going to follow you and try to talk it out and damage control if you will talk.
Yeah, he's just like, I dare the freaking cops to get in my way. Like, I've fucked half of the closeted police force in this town. Like,
okay, no, that's super cool and awesome. But I don't want to put Sherry in danger, and I don't want to put anyone else in danger. And you have to think about long-term consequences right now.
Yeah, that's a great point, and I would like to use one of my sun hand abilities here.
Please.
Because though, like, right now Ming is with you also, but we do need to keep a cool head, like Hayden said. We have to be able to approach this with strength but control. And so I'm gonna take a little piece of dough out, and in the palm of my hand you see it begin to glow, and you see like little glowing specks begin to form on it as I create in my hand. I'm trying to create a sugar crust, but I'm going to have to roll daring to see if it works or not.
Okay.
Let's see. Fingers crossed. Okay. That is a 7. So it looks like I can make it, but I can't make it again this session. So, sugar crust. It's soft. It's fluffy. There's a little bit of crispness on the outside, but inside it kind of melts in your mouth. But the scent diminishes feelings of aggression in those that smell it.
That's
and so
beautiful.
I'll bring it up and say, "Oh, so here. You don't have to eat it, but just smell it. You can eat it if you want to."
I like snatch it out of his hand and like rip a bite out, and then like I take 4 or 5 steps, and I just. I didn't realize how hungry I was, and I just sit down and just eat. And I'm gonna go along with an uncomfortable interaction to fit in.
Aww.
And that lowers my feral to like 3.
Okay.
What do you have, like magic Snickers?
Kind of. Whenever it comes to food, helps inside. So I don't think I'll be able to do that again. So hopefully we'll be able to keep things under control.
You hear Rita kind of whisper to Eddie in the back. So, does he bake for you too, or what?
Whoa. Oh.
Oh, snap.
Jocelyn, what are you doing in this moment? Are you just taking in the drama?
No way. When also like hulked out, essentially like transformed, Jocelyn like pulled out a like a cheap bottle of vodka and just started fashioning a Molotov cocktail at it and just started like, let's burn these motherfuckers down.
Yeah.
I don't stand haters at all. And then also with also with the smell of the pastries, like, oh my god, I love food. If I got food, I think I would die.
So Eddie kind of like hears your external thoughts, and like he kind of like breaks from gossiping with Rita on the other side of you. They're like talking essentially around you. Rita's to your right, Eddie's to your left, and they're like right in front of you. And Eddie looks up at you and passes you half of his croissant. Oh, hey, you said you're hungry?
Oh my god.
I've got a little extra. I've got to perform today, and I'm not supposed to like go hard on carbs until after the show. So, but it's really delicious, and I couldn't not eat it. And the person who made it is cute. So, do you want half of this croissant? Because you can have it if you want.
Sure, I'll take half of it. But then I want the other half too.
I already ate the other half, but you could.
That was very selfish.
I wasn't gonna. I'm not gonna make a joke. It's fine. You're right. It is a little selfish. I never said I was nice. I just said I'm cute.
You are. I'll take the croissant. Yeah, I'll take the pastry. Have a bite. Oh my god, it's really good. I should just put this down. And like the fuse is lit on the Molotov cocktail, and I just set it down on the ground and.
Oh no!
Yeah, I think like Eddie kind of like double takes, sees it, and like just kind of yanks the flaming kind of like
the bandana.
Rag
it's like a
out of the
it's
top.
Like a police flag bandana that I'm lighting on fire.
Yeah, he like flicks it out and then like sucks his fingers like ow, and stamps it out with his little van covered foot.
Fire safety is very important.
It is, and so is fucking sticking up for your friends though. I admire your verve.
Oh my god, they're like poaching talent now. It's so mean.
Yeah, they're always after people. And he kind of like turns to the side away from Rita.
So there was a comment earlier. It was like, do you bake? Was it, do you bake for him too? And they're just like, I finished with the crumbs, and the other conversation happens, and I'm thinking, I'm getting pensive, and I say, Ming bakes for everybody.
That's what I was just saying. You can bake for as many people as you want, as long as everyone knows that you're baking for them and you're on the up and up. There's no need, for secrets. You could just have kitchen table baking, for example, hierarchical baking if that's your vibe, egalitarian baking. There's all kinds of
we don't have to talk in metaphors. We're all gay.
I don't like politics.
I'm just trying not to. I don't want to offend anybody.
I'm with Hayden. I would listen to Hayden.
I'm just saying, everybody thinks Ming is cute, and Ming bakes a lot, and they're like this great matchmaker, but they're never making matches, for themselves. So I was just saying he could have as many matches as he wants. That's all. It's no big deal.
Ming, you can have my lighter.
Oh, great, thank you.
So you're not making matches all the time.
Not that kind of. And Hayden is gonna pull Jocelyn aside a little bit, be like,
Baby.
No. He is interested in Ming.
Oh.
But don't say anything, because I don't think that we're supposed to do that.
Oh my god, Eddie has a crush on Ming? Is that what's happening?
Eddie's like, I mean, he's very handsome, and he bakes. I'm pretty sure that's like the blueprint of a great boyfriend, of good boyfriend material. I don't know. Whatever. Ming knows how I feel.
Oh my god, you got Eddie's in love.
I imagine that while that's going on, Ming has been kind of like just sorting through his dough absentmindedly and has not been paying attention at all.
That makes sense.
I think that at this point, now that I've calmed down, I get up. And then I look on the ground where maybe I'm gonna walk back really quickly.
Sure.
Don't worry, Mama, I'm still handling it. I'm gonna grab the piece of paper with the flyer.
Mm-hmm.
You know, give Sherry a quick kiss on the forehead, like really affectionate, like you know, even when you're crying, you're still beautiful. And then I leave. I don't even roll anything. I just say that. And then when I walk out the door, I'm gonna take this flyer and sniff it. And I'm going to activate my beast move, Tracker.
Okay.
When you investigate a person's living space, camp, or trail, or an object important to them, which is the dressing room, you can roll heart instead of wit to figure them out. And may even do so when they're not present. You can also ask the question, where did they go? As if it were an option on the list for this move.
Okay.
On a 7 to 9, they take a string on you instead of asking a question back. Say why. Do they just smell that good or that fierce? Let's do this. I rolled 2 5s.
Wow.
10 plus 2 heart, that's 12.
Very, very nice. Okay, so then we're going to go over to figure them out. That means you can ask 2 questions now or later. You can save one and do one now, do both now, or do both later. Whatever you want.
Okay. I'm going to do one now. And the one I'm going to do now is the extra one. Where did they go?
All right. So you're sniffing this flyer, and it smells in the room that you're in. You can smell the smell all around you. It's clear this person definitely came to practice and has since gone. As you kind of follow your nose out to the kind of main area, you are like sniffing and sniffing and sniffing, and it leads you behind the bar to a little box of lost and found. And as you're kind of sorting through it to see like which piece is like giving you the smell, you hear a voice kind of deep. Hey, you need a hand, buddy, or what are you looking for?
I'm looking for our main act.
Oh yeah. I saw her storm out earlier. I don't know where she was going. She didn't really talk to me. She looked kind of stressed out. Only like half her makeup was on. When you look up, there's a person about 5'9", 5'10", dark brown skin, harness on, right? Clearly the bartender. He's wearing a cowboy hat. He has long waist-length locks. You can see the scars kind of right underneath his nipples from top surgery. Beautiful abs, really nicely muscled. Big brown eyes underneath this cowboy hat as he kind of looks up at you. What happened? You don't think she's coming back? Or I heard Sherry scream, but I was in the men's room.
No, you saw her storm out, like just across the street.
Maybe? I mean, it was earlier. I was stocking the bar, so I didn't follow her. I figured she'd be right back, but it's been like 2 hours. I haven't seen her.
Okay, 2 hours. All right.
I mean, maybe she got, I don't know, called into work, or maybe she had to run home or something. But I figured she'd be back. But I mean, it's getting a little later, and I can understand why boss is a little excited.
I would like to cede the spotlight to the investigator.
Hayden, how are you feeling? Yeah.
I think Hayden is definitely a little bit overwhelmed and is in like fix-it mode, but also feels like way over their head as they have in the weird ass backstory that I've built most times in their life. So it's just like a lot of like walking around, making sure that everyone's okay, occasionally looking over at Sherry to see if she's still crying, and very unsure of where to settle next.
I think she reaches out to you, seeing the concern on your face, and tries to like grab your hand, and it's just like she's still crying. It's much softer now. She's not, kind of freaking out as much. When you said that, Sherry is upset, guys, like, making this worse isn't going to help anybody. Like, I think that's when she grabs your hand and she hasn't let it go. She hasn't really said anything. She's still, very clearly upset, but she's just kind of like, it feels like you're holding her hand, but she reached for yours first, if that makes sense.
Yeah. I will keep her hand and just we're gonna sort it all out, whatever is going on. One performer doesn't make or break this place, no matter who they are. You built this, and this is yours.
Yes, Hayden, right? You come in here, and you sit at the table upstairs.
Yeah. I wrote that book that's always on the LGBT book displays.
Oh yes, it's wonderful. It sells so much. You have been such a boon for my business. I'm very lucky that you spend your time here. I just want the best for everyone, and I know I might perform but if Razzle Dazzle has Holly, if they have taken her, it's going to be all over. Even if I stay open, that fuck will get what he wants.
Do you have like a grudge, or I guess beef, they would say, but the person who owns the other place across the street?
Go ahead and roll me figure it out. That's gonna be plus wit.
That's a positive stat for me.
Yes.
That is, oh my gosh, that is a 5 and a 6 plus 1, so 12.
Yes!
These dice have been rolling shit session after session. On my Wednesday stream, I have failed every single performance we've done. I failed. Finally,
they were waiting for their moment.
They were waiting.
So you can ask 2 questions. If you don't have them in front of you, I can tell you what they are. But
I do not. I just have my character sheet.
Okay. So now I am also kind of fast and loose. If there is a question that you want to ask that is not on this list, we can talk about it. What are your feelings toward blank? What do you hope to get from blank? How could I get you to blank? What do you love most? And how would you feel if I blank?
Okay, so I'd like to know, what are your feelings toward blank, and the blank will be the owner of the other establishment.
Okay. And then the second question, again, that's optional. If you don't have a second question, you don't need one. And you can also decide after she answers question 1 too.
Yeah, I have a second question, but I want to see what she says to the first one first.
Perfect. Because she's seated, she kind of like looks up at you with these very kind of emotion-filled eyes. You can see that she's tired. She was already worried to begin with. This has just exacerbated the problem. And she says, "Oh, yeah, that fucking fuck, Frankie. The owner of the Razzle Dazzle, always coming in here, stealing my patrons, trying to take what is not his. I bought him out, fair and square. He has no claim, he has no right. And I found that talent. I nurtured that talent. I gave Harley everything she needed. He has no business coming in here." And she, like, squeezes your hand. Like, not too tightly so that it hurts, but you can feel the passion.
Yeah.
And she's like, he has no business here.
And so I want the second question to be, what is the ideal outcome to the scenario? There was a question akin to that.
Mm-hmm.
So what is the ideal outcome that she would have?
You can tell without actually asking her that
Okay.
winning over Frankie is what matters most to her. And she feels like taking a dancer is something personal. She doesn't really like place blame because she knows that her staff needs business, they need work. She knows that people need work, but this is a big event, and this is like the one day that she really needed everybody to be like team tassel and tail and not
Yeah.
turn tail.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
She kind of takes out a little handkerchief from her décolletage and dabs her eyes. I'm sorry you have to see me like this.
Don't apologize. And I take whatever tissue towels nearby and kind of like reach in to dab makeup a little bit so it's less smudged, and you salvage some of the work done for the pre-show. Like, we just need to show them that we can put on a good show against all odds. That's the kind of place that people want to be. And we will show Frankie, or whatever the hell his name is, that stealing your performers that you did nurture does him no good.
With that, you can see this kind of break in her sadness. The smell, I think, of Ming's like sugar raised bread had definitely filled the room, so it was quite redolent. She didn't really have any aggression until you asked her that question. And you can see the kind of like that lingering smell kind of relaxes her, along with you holding her hand and just giving her what she needs. And like all of this outpouring of support has made her feel like kind of calm. And she stands up to her full 6'5" and kind of like makes a dusting off motion and says, I need to prepare. If I don't have Holly, I can bring something out that they haven't seen in years. And like she like sachets away like I think as she passes you, Jocelyn, she gives you like an up and down and says, if you're ever looking for work, you come talk to me, eh?
Oh. No, work is hard.
Not for you, darling. Not for you.
I think so. One of my playbook moves, is lust at first sight. When you become smitten with someone you barely know, declare your undying love for them when they get a string. Like, okay. Oh my god, I think I'm in love with you. You're like so tall.
Me?
Real?
Me? That? In love with me?
Yeah. It's love. It's true love.
You see her blush like she is all kinds of pink and scarlet looking at you. Holds out one hand like give my hand a kiss, but also holds out her other hand like give me yours.
Oh my god, yes.
Yeah, gives you a kiss. Oh, it's very flattering. I needed that today. I needed to feel, I don't know, the energy.
Oh, honey, we have so much energy. We have so much chemistry together right now. I'm sorry I lit a Molotov cocktail in your place, though. That was me.
There's nothing wrong with your passion.
I was angry and I was scared.
You know, I've been told that I get a little bit wily when I am also scared, so we have that in common. I could never be scared of you, though.
Oh my god, yes. I'm not scary. Speaking of Osa, where'd your bear friend go? Where'd your wild hairy friend go?
I think he's out there. I don't know where he went. He stormed off. Again, so much passion. I am blessed to have so much passion in the walls of the Tassel and Tail.
Yeah, totally. We should totally get together after this, cause like you could be my everything. You could be my one and only.
You say that to her, and like her eyes just flash. Like there's like this beautiful sparkle that happens, and like before you know it, she has leaned in. You can feel her muscular chest and her small breasts pressed against the front of you, and she like leans in if you are willing to kiss her.
Oh yeah, of course. I'm lust at first sight. I'm just in love. Totally, just lean in for a kiss. Yeah.
How tall are you?
Like 6'1".
Okay, yeah. So she dips you. Yeah, she dips you. She puts her arm in the small of your back and tilts you and holds your head in her other hand and kisses you deeply. You can smell kind of the smell of this like kind of powdered lavender with like a hint of kind of something a little bit earthier and more woodsy kind of wafting all over you as she just like does what she wants and then kind of places you down in the chair where she was just sitting, waggles her fingers, and then vanishes behind the employee only curtain.
Oh my god.
Watching this, I would like to lean towards Ming and say, was I not just talking her down from a disaster like 2 minutes ago?
It's been a crazy day.
So you guys flash forward to also how is your conversation going out there?
So here's the thing. I would like to do. I should have done this earlier, but I'm gonna do it now. I have a move called Tenacious Purpose, and it says when you commit yourself to a specific goal, you may ask the GM once per scene how you could advance that goal in a way that violates civilized norms.
Okay.
Take +1 forward to act on the answer. If you refrain, it counts as an uncomfortable situation that reduces your fail by 1, and you must mark a condition.
Okay.
So my tenacious purpose, my specific goal is, I want to find Holly.
Okay.
But how can I do that in a way that is just not civilized?
So I think that you have already started to kind of test those bounds a little bit as you're talking to Jem, who is the gentleman behind the bar that you're speaking to. As he kind of gives you more information and pulls out a long glove, it's like a silken kind of glove that's like this beautiful green color. You can tell that it belongs to somebody who works here because the theme of the inside of this is all jewel tones, right? Everybody who works here generally, it's either black, right? You can have all black if you want, all white, and then everything else is jewel tones, right? Shades of peacock and like this really beautiful kind of like topaz, yellow topaz color, right? Like really rich and sumptuous. And he hands it over to you, and the second that smell hits you, you start wolfing out again. Like you start getting kind of like, and the smell kind of like wafts over you yet again. And you can see the look on his face is a mix of fear and intrigue. Like he doesn't quite know what to do. And in addition to the smell that you're smelling of the glove, you also smell a little bit of arousal and fear from this man in front of you, that as you're like unconsciously kind of wolfing out. I think that leaning into your kind of instincts here is what's going to take you down this road, but you will have to deal with like that intensity that you're kind of carrying through not being something civilized. Most people are very quiet, you know, they're nice, they're like, oh hello, if you have a minute, could you maybe you're not that person. You are storming the castle right now, and this person is like, please do not bowl me over on your way to your purpose unless it's sexy.
I'm gonna like sniff the glove, stuff the glove into my pocket, and then I'm gonna do this like thing where like I don't touch them, but I put one hand on the side of the bar, swing my hand over so that like Jem is like against the bar, and is there anything else you want to tell Daddy about what's going on?
You see him take like a very long pause and a hard swallow, and he kind of like looks up at you. No. Well, I was cleaning the tables earlier, and I also found this photo. I didn't think to mention it, but you're asking what I know about, and you see him kind of pull out of his back pocket a photograph. It looks like somebody has kind of taken a lighter to one side of it. You can see a short, kind of plump looking man, biracial, and he has he looks like he's probably maybe half white and half Latin, and he has kind of like a big pompadour and aviator glasses and a suit. He looks a little greasy in a comedian kind of way, right? Like a little body, not as classy as the establishment. And the person that he's standing next to, all you can see kind of remaining around this like fiery kind of edge is a glove very similar to the one that you have here, that same kind of deep color, and a sparkly outfit. And you can see just like the kind of like faintest curve of like hair on the side, but the person's like completely just gone from this photo, like someone left it to burn and fucked off. And he holds it to you and presses it to your chest, and his hand is just kind of like against your chest, looking uncertain.
I like go and hold their hand to my chest so that, and kind of slide the photo away, but my fingers are like raking across their hand, like almost like my hands are almost kind of claw-like. Oh, can you still hear me? Okay. Mm-hmm. And then I just sort of slip the photo into my back pocket, lean in, sniff.
Good boy.
And I would like to entice them.
Yeah.
Oh, snap.
5 plus 2, that's 7.
Okay. So you will gain a string on them because they're an NPC. So you gain a string on Jem that you can use later. And I can definitely tell you, promise something you want. Jem looks at you and looks at the like little red lines on the back of his hands from your claw marks. And in the tiniest, quietest voice, he says, if you need anything later, Daddy, I will be off at midnight. And like doesn't quite meet your gaze.
I'm going to very gently. Actually, does anybody have any lines about their throat? Is that a line for anybody? Because I know some people
so.
like.
Just double check.
Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just checking in.
Of course. Yes, love.
So he's gonna put his hands like just gently on the throat, not clasping it, but on the throat, and just gonna whisper in their ear and say, "Thank you, thank you. I'll see you later." And then I make out with them.
Oh yeah. You feel a shiver when you whisper in their ear. And like you see like this very like he's got very full lips and they part very gently just as you go in for the kiss. You receive absolutely no fight whatsoever. It is clearly that this is a sweet bottom baby. And he is enjoying every moment that you are offering right now.
And then it's quick, right? It's not a long, it's a very like 30 seconds, under a minute, because there's purpose, right? Yeah. And at that point, I'm going to be a good player, and I'm just going to say, Ming, Hayden, Jocelyn, I need you to keep me from fucking killing somebody as I start, like, walking out, like, with purpose.
I think, Hayden, inside, you're still kind of struck with the smell, and Jocelyn's all like, about Sherry. And Rita comes up to you. You kind of feel the softness and warmth of her hand on your shoulder, and she kind of looks up at you. Hey, don't get your back up about it. She has a lot of favorites, and I'm sure that later on tonight she won't forget what you've done for her today.
I'm not worried about her forgetting. I'm just I wish I could switch so quickly.
Yes, I do too. I get very wrapped in my feelings sometimes, and it takes a lot to sort through them, you know? Especially in an environment like this. Everyone is, it's all about not taking things personally, but sometimes people do anyway, despite your best intentions.
You know, that's actually my talent. It's taking things personally.
Really? She giggles like this very full-bodied laugh. Like you can see, like, her whole body kind of like laughing along with her. Very deep laughter comes from her as she looks up at you. Oh, yes, 2 peas in a pod then. You're always here though, so I'll make sure to remember that. I'll always say hello, lest you think I'm not thinking of you.
Yeah, please do. I really would like no one to get hurt. Maybe that's foolish of me. And they kind of like look over their shoulder to where Oso has called for everybody and stormed away, and everything is still kind of a mess. I guess
she's yeah. Sorry.
Or I was just gonna reiterate the same thing. So
Yeah. She kind of walks with you as you're hurrying to kind of see what Oso is up to. And she says, yes, I do understand you don't want anyone to get hurt, but, you know, sometimes. She takes a little bit of a pause. Sometimes people get hurt, even if no one intends them to. Her voice gets kind of a little bit hard when she says that.
yeah, that seems to be the case sometimes. But I guess even if people get hurt, I want to make sure that Oso doesn't get anybody arrested. And I was really trying to put myself out there today because, you know, it's kind of hard when you are, like, I don't know, inducted into the queer community through something that you made and not, you know, who you are. But yeah, this is kind of a disaster.
Wait, Hayden, are you the author?
Yeah, okay, so Size and Starlight was actually fanfic I wrote in high school, and then somebody submitted it to these, like, awards, and then I changed all the names and it got published, and yes, yeah, that's me.
I love that book.
Thank you.
Vico Ortiz is the person who does the fucking audiobook, and it is
Yeah.
one of my favorites. I can't. How? Oh my god! You are so amazing. I love stuff. Wow! Did you? I didn't. I
It was-
see you in here all the time.
it
I
was
never
really-
see you together.
It was really just Teen Wolf fanfiction. That's really what it was. It was
Whatever. It was amazing. It was brilliant. It was everything. I love it so much. Oh my god, you don't understand how many times. Like I mean, it was my whole summer. I just listened to it on repeat over and over and over again.
Hayden looks overwhelmed, but also genuinely moved. Like, well, I can put you on the list to get an advanced reader copy for my next one if you want.
How tall are you?
5'9".
She's petite. She's like 5'2".
Okay.
And see her bouncing with joy. Like she is thrilled. Cleavage is everywhere. Like her hair is like this big, like beautiful billowing cloud behind her. She's like holding onto both of your hands. Like this person, you could not have possibly made someone's day in the way that you have made her day. And she just like immediately lets go of your hands to like look for something to write down. Can I put my number in your phone? I don't have a pen. I can get one from Jem if you. Yes. Please.
I am gonna get something from Jem. Actually, you go ahead and put your number in, and
Yes.
just give that back to me, your earliest convenience.
Oh, you're so trusting.
You're not gonna take it, are you?
No, I wouldn't take it. No. I might leave you a present though for being so kind.
And who would I? And Hayden is actively channeling his more openly flirty peers. Who would I be to refuse?
Okay. Yeah. I don't want to hold you up. I'll bring it by the bar in just a moment.
Jem, can you make me something that doesn't taste like alcohol at all? But it has alcohol in it.
He like shakes his head, takes his cowboy hat off, shakes his head.
Are you good?
Yes. I think I am. If I'm not, I will be soon. And if I'm not, then I will be at midnight. It's fine. Hold on a second, please. Give me a moment. And you see him kind of tinker behind the bar for a second, and he pulls out this like weird bag of drink and pops this little straw in it, and it's an adult Capri Sun that has vodka.
Oh, I make adult Capri Suns at this house, so that's very funny.
Oh my god.
I miss
Refill the
y'all.
top with the straight
Y'all.
iron.
I miss adult Capri Sun so much. I can't drink anymore because of blood pressure medication.
Oh.
Like, and I'm so
Sorry.
like Just, oh, thank you. I can do it
So
in a role-playing game. Enjoy it for me.
Yeah.
Here, they take their wallet out and they put some cash on the counter. Get one for yourself also, and just put it on my tab.
Oh, thank you. Normally
Okay.
I don't drink on the job, but today is
Today is a drink on the job day. It's
special
okay.
day. Yes, sir. Yes.
Could you just? Okay. Okay. Let's rally. Jocelyn, Ming, sip, Capri Sun.
Yes.
Oh my God, Hayden, you guys are in love. You guys are in love like Jaime and Cersei Lannister. It's so cute.
Those are not two people I would really.
Love is no, never mind. I'm not gonna say that. Never mind.
Plus one.
That was beyond laughter. I actually started coughing.
What is Jocelyn's deal? I love her so much.
Obsessed.
Woo! I thought I was messy. Like,
All
I'm
right.
trying.
Oh my goodness.
We're gonna take you through why that is problematic and why there are better long-form fantasy series to get involved with next month. Right now, our friend needs our help, and we are going to go.
Yeah, totally. Ming, what do you think? Should we go or have cookies?
I'd say like with this, Ming is kind of like lost in thought for a moment, because I'll say this, in spite of maybe being a little blasé at times, he is smitten with Eddie. However, it's like in day to day, he always flirts with everyone. That's sort of like what they do over at Caked Up, and so every time he does it, he's always not totally sure if it's real or not. So each time like he's extended that invitation, that's always been like his move. But I imagine that Eddie has probably thought of like, okay, if you're looking for someone, come here, whereas Ming is like, come here if you want to find me. But because of the smittenness and the Sun Hand has self-destructing courtship, where if you're smitten with someone, they have a string on you, and you answer the question, what unwise thing do you think you could do to impress them? And I think the unwise thing right now is to charge ahead as hard as Osu is. So just pushing forward. Let's go.
Exceptional. So then how does this translate? Eddie is definitely out there with all of you. He can't really leave, and neither can Rita. They have to work, but they're still there giving you, like support and excitement and hype and everything.
Great. I'd say that in this case, Ming just kind of looks over at Eddie and maybe is a little bit inspired after seeing, because I mean we've always had like this. I mean, I want to say in Ming's head the facade, but seeing how passionate Eddie was, especially with Sherry in such a volatile state, Ming just kind of looks over at Eddie, and it's like a look that Eddie has never seen before, because normally it's very playful banter and stuff. It's just this look of determination. And as he's looking direct eye contact with Eddie, he'll answer Jocelyn and say, "We're gonna fix this."
Oh my God, just like Mario and Luigi, yeah.
You see Eddie reach out like to grab a hand, and like there's nobody there, so he just like keeps reaching until he finds Rita, and then like squeezes her hand, like looking at you, like doesn't break eye contact, is just like very interested, very staring at you. You have absolutely impressed. Jocelyn, how are you feeling about all of this? Are you like, did you bring your vodka with you?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, all right, good. Also, you look at this photograph. When you look a little deeper, right, now that you've had just a couple of minutes to kind of stand and kind of take in what's happening, you can see a tiny face in the background. It's clear that the picture has been taken here, and it's like it looks almost like it was taken in front of the stage, like from the bar. And you can see Sherry's face, like with this kind of quizzical, what is this kind of face?
Oh.
In the background of the photograph. And then the smell hits you again. Again, it's this kind of very, like, it's almost too light, but you're so upset and you're like just really kind of in your zone, and your feral nature is making it easier and easier to kind of pick up on it, and it leads you up the stairs and outside.
Yep.
Everybody gets to the street. Eddie and Rita kind of like tell you guys, hey, good luck. They wish you good luck. Eddie walks up to you and just kind of squeezes your hand and then like runs, like just like a drive-by loving, because he's just like nervous.
Oso's just gonna turn around. He's gonna turn to Eddie. He's like, take care of Sherry. Take care of the shop. I'm gonna be back. We're gonna handle this. They're gonna keep me from killing somebody, but it's gonna get fucking handled. I love you guys. Okay? Happy Pride. And I'm just gonna like hug them, kiss them, just give some love before I go off and crack some skulls.
They salute at all of you, and like do like little bows and like all kinds of like goodbyes, right? They do a hug, they do like a cool handshake, right? Like whatever it is that you like to do before you leave a space, that's exactly what happens. And they kind of watch you guys, and then Eddie goes back behind the register and keeps like flips the sign so it says by appointment only, just to give everybody a moment to breathe, so that nobody else is coming in and out. When you get out to the street, you can see the street is it's still a little bit dead, like people are still making preparations, but it has picked up a little bit, and you can see on a ladder, like right probably cat a corner, because you're right on a corner, like you're on like a street corner kind of thing. There's like a building, a corner, the building, and then your building in the middle, and then another. So right across the street, you can see Councilman Chung is standing on a fairly tall ladder, affixing one of the little pennant banner type things, like one of those little strings of flags, to the side of this like traffic light to go across the road to the other one. And kind of like looks over his shoulder and everybody waves, and just kind of goes back to his business. And as you get to just right in front of the tassel and tail, the smell is really, really strong. And when you look down on the ground in front of you, you see a beautiful high-heeled shoe. It's a stately pump, right? Nothing too ridiculous. It's not like a 6-inch heel or anything like that. But it is absolutely dripping in rhinestones. Like someone has bedazzled the hell out of this thing. And it matches really nicely with the glove that you have in your hand.
Like, pick it up, look at it.
You don't even have to like get close to sniff it. You know that this is owned by the same person. This is absolutely Holly's.
This is Holly's. Holly left in a rush. Holly was upset. The shoe. Did it look like this is gonna be? Actually, Hayden. Okay, when we went to that like murder mystery retreat for the Tassel and Tail that we hosted here, you solved that freaking mystery lickety split. Did you what direction did she go? Like the shoe was like pointing, like, did you do some of that? No, that sexy Sherlock thing that
I have a move called forensic attention. I don't know if it can help here. When investigating the scene of a mystery, you always notice one seemingly unrelated detail that catches your attention for reasons even you fully don't understand until later. The GM tells you what it is. While mysterious, it will turn out to be relevant.
Yes.
Oh, hell yeah.
I took it because I knew that we were going to be looking for someone.
Yes.
I did too with my face. I was right there with you, Hayden. That's why I'm doing a lot of seeding, because I feel like we got to work together.
Yeah.
So.
Well, you have very complimentary playbooks, which I absolutely love. Like sometimes people get together and they want to talk about stuff first, but I like how this is all kind of just come together to work very nicely.
I made 2 characters and I didn't decide between them until this morning when I was I never do that.
Yeah, I do that. So sometimes you get like that clear image and you're like, aha! But other times I'm like, maybe not this lady today. Maybe this gentleman instead. So I love that you've chosen the investigator because that is going to help you. You noticed the second that you got out there, you have an eagle eye, right? Not very much gets past you, Hayden. And when you got outside, before also even had a chance to pick up the shoe, you saw it in the road. It was laying kind of pointing across the street. And as you kind of follow it, and he picks it up and starts looking at it, as you kind of follow that direction, you see another glove under the tire of a car on the other side of the street, parked outside the Razzle Dazzle.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go over towards the glove, crouch down, and just like take a look at it, see if it's like tattered or dirty, like has it been sitting there for a long time.
You take a look at it, it looks just as fresh as the other one. It's maybe been run over a couple of times, so it's clear it didn't happen like 5 minutes ago or anything like that, but it doesn't look worn out, it doesn't look stained at all, it just looks crushed a little bit, like it's been kind of, and it's warm too, you can feel kind of like the heat from the pavement and from the sun in the gloves, so you know that it's at least been there for maybe like an hour or two, something like that. Not so long that, again, like it's torn up, but long enough that you know that this isn't fresh.
And were they taken off like if you take gloves off in a haste, these kinds of gloves, I know this from cosplay, they end up inside out, right? Whereas if you take them off carefully, they are still right side in. So is it right side in?
It is.
Okay. So I think somebody took these off like on purpose, like this was like of their own volition, like shedding a costume.
Oh, weird. Okay. It's right across the street, right? Like, kind of the trail. And I'm just like, I'm done. I'm just gonna go. I'm going over to the Razzle Dazzle, and I'm gonna get some answers. At the very least, if she's not there, we'll know she's not fucking there.
I mean, it's not like illegal for us to go to the bar that's our competition. It might not make people happy, but we're not banned. We can go.
All right. Let's do this.
You see across the street, the Razzle Dazzle actually has the corner lot. It is very much prime real estate compared to where the Tassel and Tail is. But it's much, you can see it even from the outside. It's smaller. It looks like a little wedge-shaped building. It's clear they don't have as many floors or as many areas as the place that you've just come from. The lights are already on. It has a big sign kind of coming down the front kind of edge of the building that says Razzle Dazzle, has sparkling lights, and you can see like in the window there's all kinds of little portraits and things like that of all the performers that are there. And just beyond the pane of glass, you can see someone sweeping up inside. And that's where I think we're going to take a little bit of a break.
All right.
Like I said, the Razzle Dazzle in front of you. The lights are off. The outside of the building is lit up and everything. You can tell they've warmed everything up. All their neons are on and things like that. They have like a big kind of marquee with those individual kind of lights that go to like make a little flashing motion. One of those old-fashioned kind of vaudeville style posters. Light fixtures. Yeah. Do you just barge right in? Do you just walk in, or are you?
I think we're gonna walk in.
Okay.
I want to barge in, but I'm gonna.
Ming's there going. Have this bread.
Yes.
Jocelyn takes a look at the glove and the shoe. It's like, oh my god, we're going thrifting. This is so fun.
Perfect. As you guys walk inside, the door is one of the doors. The first door that you try is locked, but the other one swings open when you pull on it. And the person inside kind of doesn't really like look up until they hear your footsteps like just behind them. They turn around. Can I help you with something? Is there something I can do for you?
We're here about the murder.
There's no murder.
A murder?
No. Holly here?
Holly? Holly?
Yeah, we're looking. We're looking for Holly. What's Holly's like stage name?
Holly
Or-
Day. D-A-E.
Holly Day. They're a performer.
Holly would never perform here. No. You can see
Okay.
the look on this person's face is it's pure bewilderment. He
I
looks
know.
very.
You know what?
Mhm.
You know what? I totally understand. I get it. But look, I'm gonna level with you. Holly's gone missing. Found 2 gloves. Found a shoe. She ran out of the club 2 hours ago. The only thing she left behind was a flyer for this show, for your show tonight. On the back, it says "See you later?" ? There's a trail leading straight here with her gloves and a shoe. And I found this. And I hold up the photo of, like, with the burned, like, and look, I don't want to start any problems. She seemed upset. Sherry's upset. We know that Sherry and Frankie have history. I just want to see if she's okay. And I'll lose a feral as I go along with an uncomfortable interaction to fit in.
Okay. You see in front of you a very plain man. He has big kind of round glasses on. He's wearing like a brown sweater vest with like a white button-up shirt underneath, sleeves kind of rolled up like around mid, like 3/4 length kind of thing. He's got some khaki slacks on and black shoes with a black belt. Very, very much a fashion victim. And he's got kind of like a caramelly kind of golden complexion. Looks like he might be, Black and Korean, perhaps. And he kind of just like looks at all of you and is like holding this broom, his shoulders kind of slumped over. I'm Tariq. I would love to help you, but Holly, I don't know why you'd have a flyer for the show tonight. She wouldn't perform here. I'm a big fan, and like this place is not. She wouldn't. I don't know how else I can help. I just do the books and I tidy up.
Is Frankie here?
Yeah. 2 seconds. And he kind of like leans the broom that he's using kind of up against the table, and disappears into the back.
Guys, we
You can
can't.
kind of hear. No, please go ahead.
Guys, we can't escape space or time.
What?
I can't really argue with that one.
I know.
I mean, if they're saying that Holly would have performed here, they didn't hire Holly, I mean, I believe them, because if they had counter-hired Holly, there would be no reason to lie about it. They would be selling tickets and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's true.
But it's not always about hiring Holly. Sometimes it's just about getting rid of the competition,
Yeah, but still, they would want to make revenue. And so...
Not if
there's
she's
no
dead.
reason.
Okay, so I've got some stuff in the wings, right? So while Frankie's coming up, I'm going to look at the photo, and I'm going to ask my second figure out a person question.
Okay.
About Holly. And my question is, what are your feelings towards Frankie?
So Holly, from the picture, knowing that this is her, right? You can see her body. The reason that you can see Frankie so clearly and you can't really see Holly is because her body language is away from him. Like he's standing, he has his arm out, right? You can tell he's trying to like put his arm around her and kind of cozy up to her a little bit. He's got his hand out and he's like looking at the camera like, hey, like, we're having a party, we're hanging out. But the person like standing next to him that you now know is the one you're looking for. There's a gap. You can see like through them, right? There's a little gap where her body has moved away. her gloved hand, you can see, is kind of across her waist, and then the other hand is kind of up like this, like leaning away, sort of thing.
Mhm.
She's not touching him. She's not engaging with him. And from the way from the silhouette of the side of the hairstyle that you can see, she's looking directly at the camera. She's not posed kind of with or toward him. It seems like they're very kind of apart by their body language.
Okay.
Out of the back, you kind of hear the sound of not raised voices, plural, but a raised voice. And it sounds like a mixture of just general boisterousness and impatience as well. And out of the back kind of comes this man. He's handsome, but again, in like a charlatan snake oil salesman kind of way. You can tell that he's probably a little bit of a fuckboy, or maybe was when he was younger, now is a fuck man. And he immediately kind of exudes this expensive cologne, but too much of it kind of situation. He's wearing a 3-piece pinstripe suit, has a nice pocket watch dangling in the front. He has very shiny shoes on that have little spats in the old style. The suit itself looks like it's probably a custom design job, and is meant to kind of hug him in all the right places to create this really nice kind of imposing silhouette. He's not super tall. He's like maybe 5'9", 5'8", average height. But he has a very big, full, glossy pompadour, kind of like wavy hair, like piled on top of his head. Aviator glasses, kind of tinted a little bit. And he has a little toothpick in his mouth, and he comes up and says, somebody looking for Frankie. What do you want?
Hey, Frankie.
You here to audition? We got plenty of roles.
Oh my god, I'd love to. Thank you.
No,
Oh,
Jocelyn, that's not what we're here for.
Listen,
That's
beautiful, you
not
can do
what we're
whatever
here
you
for.
want.
I
Anything
know.
you want, baby. Whatever you want.
It's a free country.
Yeah.
Frankie,
Wow.
I've pulled up the photo of Frankie. Have you seen Holly?
Who?
Holly.
He takes the
Allie
picture
Day.
from you.
Holly Day.
Who would ruin this? I look fucking fantastic. Look at this. You looking at it? I
Daddy,
look
you
beautiful.
Daddy, you look great.
Yeah.
You
Who
look
would ruin this
amazing.
picture? I mean, I'm glad they didn't burn me, because, I'm already hot enough.
Have you seen Holly? Has she called
Today?
you? Yes, today.
No, I mean, I called her. No returning my phone calls, though. That one's a slippery little mermaid, if you will. Likes to dodge calls, never return people's messages. I've been chasing that big fish for a while.
Can you think of any reason why she would just suddenly freak out and cry and run away in the street?
She was crying. What did Sherry do? Was she just, like, scream her down like she always does? Get really bossy and fucking... I shouldn't talk ill.
No, that's my love. Don't
That's
talk
right.
about her like that.
You're in love.
Yeah. I just said that. Oh my gosh.
Well, I know
How
that.
easily can you all go off topic? Are we serious right now?
Oh,
Look,
right. Where's the
Holly's
girl,
upset.
Frankie?
What?
Where is she?
I don't know. That's a good question. I honestly thought that she would be, over at the Tassel and Tome, or whatever you call it.
You're
I thought she'd
lying,
be-
and I can prove it. Ming, prove
Okay.
it.
Can I try to figure someone out to see if if he is being truthful?
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I would love to use always theorizing from my playbook, which gives me an
Nice.
extra
Nice.
point to that roll.
Excellent. Perfect.
That is a 10.
10. Okay.
Yes.
So you get 2 questions. You can ask both at the same time, one now, one later, or both later.
First, I just want to know if it's not on the list, but I want to discern if I am getting the whole truth from him.
You can tell that there's a lot. The way that he's talking, he pivots between subjects very quickly and doesn't seem to like finish any of his sentences. Like he starts talking and he'll say something and then get to a place where he's like, and then pivot. Very, very slippery. Like he's calling he's calling Holly slippery, but it's clear that this man is, I mean, a track star jumping over these hurdles.
Yeah. Then second question, I'm going to use how could I get you to blank? Like, how could I get you to cooperate with our investigation?
You hear the way that he's talking about himself as if he is handsome, he is fantastic, he is special, he's beautiful, right? And the disdain he has for Sherry. And you realize that, like, this is a very vain person. Even if it's clear that he is insecure, because he wouldn't need to, like, put so much out there if he didn't need it, right? If he didn't need his armor. But he does have a soft, squishy center when it comes to himself.
Okay. I got this. Frankie, you said, right? Handsome?
Yeah, handsome. Well, you're too kind. Yes, Frankie, it's nice to meet you.
I couldn't deny it, and you know, all of these questions and stuff lean in like a little bit. It's definitely a little awkward, but a false attempt is being made. You know, we would never try to screw over a honest, upstanding, well-dressed business owner like yourself. We really are just concerned about Holly because, you know, she would be such a great addition here. So we were just looking for her because we thought that maybe this would be the place to see her tonight.
Yeah, you see, this kid, he looks at you also. This kid knows how to talk to somebody. This kid knows what, you know what you're doing, son. Let me tell you.
I take a long sip of the adult Capri Sun.
You're very smart. You know, I do. I am all of those things and more. You know, between the two of us, I agree she would be fantastic for the lineup. We got a lot of comedians here. We got a lot, fire eaters and magicians and all of that. But we don't really have a lot of, the looks. That girl, she's got a strong look, I'll tell you. Oh, have you seen her? She's beautiful. She's got this magnetism.
She is quite beautiful. You really haven't heard from her? That's such a shame.
It is a shame. You're kind of poking a little bit of a soft spot here. It's a little sore. I offered her a lot of money. I went over there. He looks around a little bit and lowers his voice and leans in just to you, Hayden. You know, I went over there. I swallowed my fucking pride and I walked into that place. First time I'd been in there in, I don't know, years. And I dodged Sherry. I waited till she was on stage. And I walked up to that VIP table and I looked her right in the eye and I slapped $100 down. And I said, hey, you know what you need to do? You need to come over with me and come party a little bit, and I'll treat you real nice. And you could work both places. I already got one double employee. I could have two. There could be two people working both places. It doesn't matter to me. I'm not particular. You know, if a person's good, they're good. So I tried to get her. I took the picture with her, and she, I don't know, somebody's burned it. I wouldn't be surprised if it's Sherry, but somebody fucking. But wouldn't Sherry have burnt me out of the picture anyway? Listen, the point is, I tried. Okay, I've left messages on TikTok. I've left them on the Instagram. I've left them on the Book of Faces. I've left them everywhere you could possibly look. And nobody returns my calls. I don't know if she has an agent, if she's solo, I don't know what the fuck. But I've never seen her in here, and I want more than anything to get her.
Hey, did you say that you have another double employee here?
What?
Someone who works at the other place across the street, too.
Oh, no. No. Don't worry about that. That person's fine. We don't need to get them into it.
Are you sure? Because I would just love to see what kind of new spice that brings to your shows here. I mean, magic, fire eating could only be enhanced by burlesque performers. I'm sure it's incredible.
Yeah, this person, they refuse to do their fucking burlesque because they don't want to double time anyone, they said. So instead, they do belly dancing, and it's good. It's still good. It's still good. It's very attractive. It's beautiful. Their grandmother taught it to her. I don't know. So she's a lovely girl. But we don't need to be bringing
an accent, right?
I've already said too much.
Oso, you got anything else you want to say?
I just was there, and I also kind of gets in, gets close. Hey, Daddy.
So much respect.
I can be as respectful and as disrespectful as you want me to be. As I like trace like my 2 fingers against the side of his pinstripe suit, and I would like to try to entice him.
Okay. Yeah, his glasses fog up. Just your approach.
Okay, let's see if we can do this. Oh, 4, 5. No, you get to make a move. I rolled 6.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
So you step up into his space. What do you say? Let's play that.
Oh, that's what I said. I said I can be as respectful and as disrespectful as you want me.
Okay. He hooks his finger. You're wearing a harness, right? Still.
Yeah.
Okay. He hooks his finger underneath your harness and tugs it and brings you in close. And he's a little shorter than you.
Yeah.
And he kind of like looks up into your eyes and like levels with you and just stares for a second through the fogginess of his glasses. And he says, "Yeah, well, you look like you have a lot of people on your dance card for tonight, strapping young men such as yourself. What do you want with a little old timer like me, huh? You just want information, pretty boy. You just want information." And like releases you. Still looks at you. His cheeks are flushed. Like you could tell he's like feeling you. But he's just like,
and I'm gonna fucking get it. As I brandish my sword. And the way I brandish my sword is that I grab the black bandana in my back pocket, pull it out, whip it, and all of a sudden there's like a flash of energy as it turns into like a black particulated blade with like a really simple handle. Like the handle's almost like that of a billy club.
mm-hmm.
And then like when he throws it out, he'll like what crack and crack it like Ivy from Soul Calibur.
Ooh.
Okay. So you do that, and he moves back from you, and from his like side holster, he draws out a microphone, like one of those old-timey microphones. He also whips it, and it's clear that he's going to use that as his weapon. It's like a long whip, and at the end of the tail there's a little tickler that looks like frayed wires of his microphone. And he's kind of holding it in his hands in a defensive stance. You come in here? You come into my bar and you attack me? What are the rest of you doing? You coming over here too?
I haven't attacked you yet, Daddy. We could do this the easy way, or we could do this the hard way.
Let me see what you got.
Okay, baby. And it's at that point I just spin around dramatically, like I'm gonna like thrust, and then I whip it out. The particulates break, and I spin the blade around so that it cracks him on the ass.
Ooh. Oh goodness! Oh my word! Please roll plus daring or plus grace.
Okay, we're gonna go for daring. 9 on the die, plus 1 for my daring. That is 10.
Yes!
Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, so
then,
I'm seeing here you have some options. Mm-hmm.
I do. Does that count as you display an intent? One of my feral, express yourself in a shocking way through your appearance, or display an intense emotion that society wants you to conceal?
I think so. Yes. Absolutely.
Okay, then I'm back to feral.
You've lost your patience. Mm-hmm.
I have absolutely lost my patience. Okay, my feral goes up to 3 then.
Woo, getting close.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So you get him on the butt, and like he turns around over his shoulder, and you can see like a little pink in his cheeks, like ooh. And then he spins around and looks at you and gets in a defensive stance again. You're not gonna get me that easy. Which of these 3 did you want to go with? Did you want to do these 3? I know like one of them is, you know, kind of the smack on the butt, but you also have these other options if you want.
Okay, so I gotta. Oh, it was a 9. 10.
And you can
10, right?
You can inflict. Yes, you got a 10, and you can inflict conditions on this NPC as well.
Okay. All right, so I've got 10. So what I'm going to do is choose 3, and your opponent chooses 1 to apply to you in response. Ooh, okay. I'm going to, 1, flirt with the opponent to gain a string on them. because I spanked him in the butt.
Okay.
Like, I wasn't trying to like break his jaw or
Mhm.
hurt him. I tried to make it sexy.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, he
And
was
then
very peaked.
the second one is create an opportunity for an ally through prowess or distraction.
Mhm.
For like I'm gonna do that. I'm just gonna make an opening to
Mhm.
distract the guys so that Jocelyn and Hayden and Ming, if they want to try to do something, get
Mhm.
information, keep the focus on me.
Okay.
And then through the third one, I am through violence or cutting words. I'm going to inflict. I'm going to inflict a condition.
Okay.
And the condition. Do I get to pick or do you pick?
You go ahead and pick.
I get
Yeah.
to pick. Okay, I'm going to give him the condition frightened.
Frightened. Okay. Very good.
Nice.
All right. So
What
for
does it
this
do to me?
particular guy, there's a couple of different ways out. We're gonna keep just playing the scene, and then I will let you guys know how everything's going. You can inflict 3 conditions on him, and he's toast. He'll do what you want. Or there are some other things that you might be able to use in your playbooks that might get you there faster.
All right.
Yeah, you tap him on the butt, and you see him kind of go back into his defensive stance, and he looks at the other 3 of you, and it's like, so what? You here to disrespect me in my own bar?
I would like to kind of like ignore him and on my phone look at what that girl put in my phone.
Okay.
Who I was speaking to earlier.
Yeah. So Rita has placed her phone number in your phone, but she has filled out everything that you could possibly fill out in your fucking thing, right? So it's like home phone, like cell phone number, photograph, right?
Her
There's a
full
picture
name.
of her there.
Do you have her
full
first
name.
and last name? Okay, I'm gonna go
Yes.
take to Instagram and see if I see any belly dancing action on her account.
Oh my goodness. All right. So I would like for you, for your search efforts, I would like you to roll me figure it out plus wit.
Lovely.
Mm-hmm.
That is 5, 6, 7, 8.
8. Okay. So you may ask 2 questions, but they may ask one of you. So we know that we don't really have that question there. The question is, do I see this on their Instagram? You find their Instagram page, right? You find her Instagram. It's there. Big eyes. She looks beautiful, right? And as you're scrolling through, you realize that this Instagram is new. It doesn't seem like it's like been around for a while. You can tell that like there's like some posts where
Wait, I have a plan. Okay. I'm about to exploit my knowledge of how Instagram works. So when you block someone on Instagram, it gives you an option that you can either block this person or block this person and any accounts created by this person. So I'm gonna block the account and then go into my blocked accounts and see what former accounts exist created with the same
You find an account called Belly Diva. That's there. And you find another one that's called Romantic Rita. There's like a few of them, right? And when you click through, you can see one of them is like a complete history of all the time. Like the first day that she started working at the Tassel and Tail, right? Pictures of her like up in like the little section setting up the back and doing inventory. Pictures of her on stage in her burlesque gear with her and her friends, with Eddie, right? And then there's another, the other account, like the belly dancing account. That one only has like a handful of posts, right? That one's really, really new, even newer than this other one that you found first. And that one, you can see her on stage at this very bar. And she has like fire that she does, right? Fire, like the poi that you spin and stuff like that. Like just video and pictures of that.
Okay, as much as I would like to pull Jocelyn over, I'm afraid that she's going to announce the discovery, so I think I'm going to go for Ming first while this is happening. And I'm just going to, with the belly dancing account up, like just hand my phone over to them.
Oh my gosh. Do you think Rita might have something to do with Holly?
If she didn't have the chutzpah to admit that she's performing at 2 places, maybe.
All right. I think we gotta go back. We gotta go check.
Yeah, I mean, we should maybe check where she stores her stuff. I think she was interested in me, and she's really pretty, but I also was like, maybe this is a power imbalance because she is like my fan. But I can use it if it will figure out where Holly is.
Right. Yeah. This is a great find. Oh my gosh. You're brilliant.
And then I am okay, and I look at Frankie and Oso, who are like, what, mid-combat with magical swords?
Oh yeah, yeah. They're in
Yeah,
full
this shit.
stances, and Frankie is like looking at you guys, like waiting for you to join the fray, like looking over his shoulder, like he needs to call back up or something.
Do I really look like a fighter to you? Oso, don't waste your time on this dude. Come on.
What?
He wants you to fight him.
I don't want anyone to fight me. I'm alive.
Don't give
Do I
him
look
that.
like I fight? Look at me.
Dude, you have a microphone stand that turns into a weapon. Of course you do.
I mean, do you not? I'm sure your pen probably does some kind of weird thing with squirt people's faces, sand in their eye.
No, he writes audiobooks. They're not real.
That's stupid. Well, it's a physical book first,
I
and
hate
then it got adapted
audiobooks.
into an audio
Oh
book.
my fucking god!
That
And it's,
doesn't
like,
make
20 times
sense.
louder. Like he's just like, oh my fucking, and the sword just like turns into a handkerchief. He like shoves it into his back pocket, and is like, obviously you don't know shit. Oh,
I know everything. Thank you. I know much more than you think. I just don't know where your lady is.
Fine.
I'll get Tariq if I need to. He can. He's not really.
No, it's fine.
But I'll get him.
It's fine. We'll go. You let me know when you want to be tied up and punished like the bad boy you are. And then I'm gonna walk out, my ass just bouncing, like
Let's go.
with purpose.
With purpose. Ooh.
And stop sniping performers from the bar that's literally across the street from you. That's shitty. And I'm gonna kick him in the shin and turn out and run.
Horrible people. He looks at you, Ming. Ming, really? I come into caked up. I spend money.
Yeah, look. There's a lot. We'll deal with this another time. Here,
Is it my
have some
cologne?
bread.
Is that why you feel this way about me? Is it the cologne, Ming? Do I come in? I stink up your stock?
It is
What
a little much. It is a little much. Some people have complained the rolls smell like cologne. It's a little much. Just saying.
All right. Okay, well that's fair. But I would. I'm not really. It kind of appeals. I'm not really. I'm not trashing nothing. It was just a disagreement.
Yeah. If you could
I don't
tone
know.
it down a little bit, it would
Yeah.
be much appreciated. I'm just saying. You know,
I'm
you're a business owner. You shouldn't be poaching performers. You could just talk, just communicate.
Well, I didn't. He like looks around and kind of like sees everybody by the door, and says, "I didn't poach her. I didn't. She
Yeah.
missed when I used to co-own, and I told her I was starting over here, and she really needs the money because she likes going home and visiting her family back, across the ocean. I just was trying to get the kids some work."
I get it. You know what? In this case, I'll Ming is gonna take out a little piece of. I imagine this is how Ming gives business cards.
Mm-hmm.
It'll just be like a little flatbread that
Oh.
has like the time and the day of like the events, and he'll just hand one over and be like,
Oh,
"Hey,
that's so cute.
jot this
Yes.
down, and come by. We'll talk."
All right. Do you give him caked up or do you give him tassel and tail?
Oh, this is caked up. This is
it.
like for his specific like kind of matchmaking events, but
Okay.
this is a special one.
All right. He says, "Thanks, and tell your beefy friend over there he didn't leave a calling card."
Oh, well, if you come to the event.
Yeah, okay. Maybe I will. Maybe I. Seems like the block is kind of hot right now, and I could probably wish condolences that Sherry has lost her performer.
Yeah, and you know what? It's gotta be
Fruit
hot
tea.
if you want to bake bread.
Oh, Ming. You're like the one that got away. My goodness. He takes out a handkerchief and just like fluffs it and starts dabbing at his forehead a little bit.
Ming's
Please,
just gonna
all
give,
of you, you know, you just.
just gonna give a little wink and walk away.
I can't. Oh my god. Tariq, please, come here. There's scuffs on the floor now. Fucking leather boots. Oh my god. And you hear him complaining. Jocelyn, he calls after you and goes, seriously though, you hate audiobooks. I know you got good taste. You want a job, you come in here. You want after work, you just sit there and look pretty and insult my customers.
No, I don't hate audiobooks. No. I don't hate audiobooks. They're just not real. They don't exist.
They're just-
Tariq, can you put this out for me? And then, like, I was about to light a Molotov cocktail, but I hand him the bandana that's on fire. Like, can you handle that for me,
He
please?
comes sprinting out of the back. For as like bumpy of a man as he is, like he runs like a gazelle. Like he runs like he is like stepping on like little puddles, and like immediately kind of whisks it out of your hands, and like with a flourish, like just pull it out and shakes it, and like closes
Oh.
the bandana like in his palm.
And I look at Frankie. I'm like, I thought you guys like ate that here. Okay, never mind.
Oh no, that's not me. I'm an accountant here. I just do the books.
Oh, you don't eat the fire.
No. I mean, we could book you somebody to do that though, if that's what you're into.
Okay, then
Not
I
the
put away
time.
I put away my lighter.
Really not the
Let's go, y'all. Come on.
We're heading back.
These two men are just like watching you all leave with the most bewildered look on their faces. Like, what
Like
is
a queer disasters.
This is like
Chicken,
ranting
caused
as we're
chaos,
walking
and
back.
left.
I'm not mad at anybody for wanting more work, but the fact that he literally went into Tassel and Tail, waited until Sherry was performing, and then offered $100 to Holly just to try to get her to perform at his shitty, outdated club.
Fucking Christ.
Yeah, he's. Like
How
a
low
snake.
can you go?
It still doesn't explain where Holly is. I feel like. Alright. What's the deal? Like, why are we leaving?
Well, we need to go back to Tassel and Tail, because, and I will show him the Instagram. Sir Double Agent.
What the fuck?
So I am gonna see if I can check like her like locker storage, see if there's any explanation as to where Holly might be.
When you guys go back in the Tassel and Tail, the door is still in the by appointment only kind of thing. Eddie is not there. Rita is instead manning the front, and you can see she's changed into more of a burlesque kind of outfit. Like she has a corset on now. Makeup is a little bit more polished, still not completely done, but you know, she's got glitter and stuff in her hair, and like she looks like she's, you know, like getting closer to being ready, and is just kind of standing there waiting. Hi, how did it go? Did you find anything?
It was just so stressful, and I just want to like relax.
Oh, yes, please. I'll make you. Would you like a cuppa?
Can we even do that at a bar?
I mean, it's of
Tea?
Of tea.
Yeah.
I can get you some tea. Yes. So she goes over to like the little barista station, because you guys are still on the middle floor. She goes over to the barista station and starts kind of tinkering with some things. Anything for the rest of you? Would you like anything?
An explanation for why you're fucking moonlighting across the street.
Yeah, you're a double.
Subtlety.
And then I'm gonna hit Feral 4 and transform.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my Okay.
I know you're a twin. Where's your sister?
My subtlety.
Nah, it's a one shot.
Rita looks at you, Jocelyn, and goes, "My sister. She lives in Brighton."
No, you're a double agent. Where's the other one? Are you the other one?
No, Jocelyn, she is both of them. That's why Oso is like bulking up and shit again.
She's her own twin.
Which was not the plan.
She's her own twin, just like me.
5. I failed
Please.
again.
Oh my gosh.
Rolled a
Please,
6.
So she hears all of this happening. Jocelyn is on the other side talking to her, and she like looks over at you, Jocelyn, and she's like, "Oh no, I'm not. My sister lives in England. What are you talking about?" And then you kind of come up also, and as she turns around, she spills like this hot tea all over the floor. Like she has a tray of like desserts and stuff, and they
Literally
go
spilling the tea.
everywhere. Yes, literally spilling the tea. So she like looks up at you and is like, and just silently starts to cry, like staring at you, just like sobbing her eyes out, and is trying to like get her words out and use her words, and she's just like not able to say anything, and she just kind of backs up against the register, and like her eyes kind of dart to you, Hayden, and dart to you, Ming. Back up.
I start grinding my teeth and deliberately take a step back out of her space.
What do you
And
want?
takes another step back out of her space. Like, you see he's angry, but like it's like his feet have like a life of their own. Like, like he doesn't like that she's scared, but he's also angry, and he's just like letting the other people get ahead of him as he's like instead of getting in closer, like maybe an angry cis straight guy would.
Yes.
The angrier he gets, the more he's moving further back and back and back, so that he can sit in his anger and fury, but she can still be safe.
So you can see that she gathers her strength the more that you step back, but her face is unchanged. She doesn't look quite as afraid now that she understands you don't mean harm, you're just upset, but she still looks a little ashamed and has like just raises a finger, like a shaky hand, to her lips. I'll tell you whatever you want, please. Just Sherry has gone through enough today. I don't think she could take one more thing.
Listen, I don't think anyone can really blame you for needing to make your bag. That's fine. Should you have been upfront about it? Yes. But if you know anything about what's happened with Holly, we need to know.
Holly's gone. She ran away.
She's been gone long enough that like we're gonna have to like file a missing persons if she's not back by.
And it's like
tomorrow.
Angry tears, like hot, angry tears, like getting all in his beard, like as he's just trembling.
Everyone's crying.
All of you roll me figure out a person, please.
Okay, cool.
I think what we're gonna do, since we have a group roll, is anyone who succeeds gets to ask one question, and anyone who fails doesn't ask a question.
That's a success on Maxx.
Okay.
Hold on, I've got it. Shoot, it's trying to tilt it. It's 2 6s.
Woo! Okay. How about you, Jocelyn?
Got a 7.
Ming?
I got a 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I got
Jocelyn
I
and Ming, you guys are gonna. Oh my God. Okay, so
oh wait, I think that's an exceptional success, right?
You can ask 2 questions in this situation. Yes, in this scene. Jocelyn and Ming, I think the 2 of you are gonna act as emotional support. You see her kind of trembling like a leaf. Jocelyn, you're still convinced that she's probably a twin, and maybe just like needs a little bit of coaxing. So she's just like sort of like reaching out for anybody to kind of steady her. What would both of you 2 like to ask? I think Hayden, let's start with you because you kind of instigated this a bit.
Yeah.
Go for it,
So I want to say, what are your feelings towards Holly?
I love her. She's wonderful. She's. It's not fun to have secrets, unless they're glamorous ones, and her secret is quite glamorous. Mine is not as glamorous. I just really need money, and people think because of my accent that I'm well off, and I really have to work very hard for everything that I have. So I wanted a side hustle. I needed something else, and I had just learned to
Like
do
I said, we're
fire,
not mad at you for having another gig.
I told her for what it's worth, and she got so upset with me. They just lost it, and they thought I was trying to take my same routine and peddle it both places, and that she just hasn't forgiven Frankie. You know, she hasn't forgiven him, and I understand that, and I shouldn't have gone between, which is why I only do my belly dancing there, and I do my burlesque here, and that's it. I'd never want to betray anyone. They're both good people.
And then I guess my second question would be, how could I get you? It's more, I guess, an over the table question. Is like, how could I get you to like divulge Holly's secret or the thing, like that piece that we're missing?
So let's hold on that, and
Yeah.
let's go over to Oso and see what questions you have.
Okay. I'm gonna ask. I'm just gonna be like, oh God, how would you feel if I? How would you feel if I left the room?
Maybe a little less tension, but also sad, because you seem to really care about Sherry, and so do I.
And then I have a second question.
Mhm.
Oh God, it's just like you've already asked the other one.
If you have the same question, that's fine.
Yeah, I was gonna say how can I get you to share Holly's secret?
Okay. So she kind of says that to you, also, and then over at Hayden, like, she makes eye contact with you for a second, and then kind of like glances at your phone and then looks away. When you take your phone back up on the lock screen, and it's her in her like little cleavagey shirt, like all like vamped up, like making like a kissy face at you, and she just kind of like looks over at you. You don't think I'm a bad person, do you? I don't want to be a bad friend. It really matters to me what you think. You're an author, yes, but I mean the person who could be capable of writing something as beautiful as that.
I am literally just a dude. I am literally just a dude. It's fine. I like Holly also, and I really just want her to return okay. And right now, being the person who is trying to, you know, put all the little red pushpins in the metaphorical investigation bulletin board, I just need all the information I can so we can try to find her. Not so she can perform, just to know that she's alive and okay.
All right, I think I know who she is. I have her number and her information for Holly. I think I know who she is, but I'm not sure. I can ask her to come here. I did message her earlier, and after you all left, she said she was called into work. So I've just been waiting for her to come back. I didn't want to make any promises in case something happened, but I saw her talking to Frankie a couple weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
I was bussing tables, just kind of flirting with patrons, and she kind of recoiled from him, and he kept saying he knew her from somewhere, and she hurried into the back, into the dressing room. And I went to go check on her, and she just said who she is a secret, and that it shouldn't be anyone's business, and if she wants to moonlight, that she can. And I didn't think anything of it at the time. I really didn't. I would have said something earlier. I was worried until I kind of connected the dots.
Full service, probably. Okay. I actually didn't think I could be more annoyed at Frankie right now, but is this what anger feels like?
I suppose so. You are turning quite crimson.
Red, yeah. Okay.
I mean, I can't hate her for having, a day job. I get called into work all the time.
No, it's not bad of her, and it's not anyone's fault. It's not, at her fault. Whatever she does for her job, that is her business, and it's not his business, or really any of ours, except for the fact that we are looking for her. I think she might be out having probably a bit of an emotional moment, a bit of a breakdown, maybe, from what you've said.
Yes, I mean, getting called into work the day of your huge performance is not awesome. It's not great at all, especially because she doesn't drive. She just can walk or catch the bus.
Yeah, and that's probably why she had to lose the heels gloves.
Where the fuck else does she work?
I don't know.
That would just call her in.
She said her boss is kind of an oaf. Someone who doesn't seem to care about much except for themselves.
So, there are a few options here. Holly might work for family, which would explain the disregard of the nighttime job. People who don't know that she performs at a place like Tassel and Tail. Or it's also possible that that Holly is engaging in like sex work at a full service level or something similar, which is also totally fine as long as that's something that she wants.
I don't
but
know what the
it might
deal.
not be.
I have an OnlyFans. I escort
Exactly,
off the books. I don't know what
exactly.
the fucking deal is. Like, if you need to see a client, just tell us. Half of us are doing sex work to make rent. What the fuck? Like, and he just like hits his fist like on one of the tables.
It's just I
Like,
know. I'm sure it would be great if everyone felt that way, but not everyone has that level of confidence. And this is only theories. There's nothing that we can prove.
Is there anything that you might have found out? Anything I can help you with? Any clues or anything?
She was stripping. She was taking her gloves off. She left a glove here. Jen saw her crying 2 hours ago. Left. She lost a shoe. It went across the street. The trail led us to Frankie's place, and
You went to Frankie's place?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was
And we
Terry
just talked.
working?
Yeah.
So,
He said he hadn't
sometimes
seen her.
when I'm at work, over there, he's so nice. Just the sweetest. Very quiet, doesn't say much. But one time I broke my heel and he fixed it for me. And I was surprised because he doesn't look like a fashionista or anything. He honestly looks quite unfortunate. But he fixed my heel for me. Does that help you? Maybe he knows more than he's letting on?
How long has he been doing the books there?
Oh, I think since they opened. I remember there was the big falling out about 3 years ago. That was very dark times. Sherry and Frankie used to be best friends. And when they had a disagreement, he went and opened the Razzle. I think Tariq got hired shortly after.
Have you ever seen Tariq and Hallie in the same place at the same time?
No, but Holly wouldn't set foot in the Razzle Dazzle. She's too classy for that.
Are they the same
Holly
person?
wouldn't.
You think
And I just, like,
everyone is the same
I-
person?
No,
Yeah.
I think
Wait.
Jocelyn has a point here. Holly would never set foot there.
Ooh.
How good was Holly at math?
Oh. Oh.
Has Holly ever
Holly's
worked the
great.
register? Has she ever?
Can I
helped?
open LinkedIn and try to find a page for Tariq?
Go on.
Absolutely.
Go on.
Absolutely, you can.
Yes.
Yes, you can.
Accounting services.
This is investigation at its finest.
Oh yeah.
Yes, it is.
Mhm.
Yes.
You open up LinkedIn. I'm not like you don't have to roll for it. It's very easy, right?
Yeah.
You look up Tariq Kim. You see him there, right? He's like his bio is very simple, very plain. Mixed race, Black and Korean, looking for new opportunities, part-time work only.
Okay, and
He's in a few accounting groups and things like that.
it's
posts
listed that he
articles
has a
about it.
degree and he's not just like doing the books for a club that he hangs out at. That's the first thing that I'm looking for. Okay, then second
Yeah,
thing is
he has
pull up
CPA and
the-
everything. Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna pull up the LinkedIn photo because those are usually a pretty clear photo of the face, and then go to one of Holly's like performance photos and see if there is any level of similarity between the facial structure of the two.
So as you are staring at this picture on LinkedIn, you're just like, man, this guy has good bone structure and everything, but like his face is just very like half-lidded eyes, mouth set in a straight line, like just very plain. When you look at Holly's pictures, her face is very animated. Her eyebrows are raised. She has a big, beautiful, bright smile, high cheekbones, like kissed by highlighter. Like she is stunning and ravishing. And when you pause it at a certain moment in the video where she's kind of turning, you see that exact same face on her face as in the LinkedIn.
Okay. I think we've got this covered, but why lie? Why do this today? That's the one question I have left. I mean,
I didn't realize that that they were the same person. I mean, everybody has an alter ego. I'm not always this, but I didn't even. She kind of gets quiet for a second and turns like kind of blush again. It might have been my fault. I was telling her about she saw me leave the other night. I was working day and I wasn't on shift at night, and I had a performance across the street, and she saw me leaving in my belly dancing outfit, and I just kind of I shouldn't have said anything, but I needed to tell someone because I know Eddie would never forgive me if he found out. So I just told her, you know, I moonlight, and when I told Sherry, she blew up. She got very upset with me and thought I was trying to step out and that I wasn't being a good friend. And I tried to explain, and she said she wanted every opportunity for me, but I could see she was just so forlorn, and I didn't want her to get upset. And I might have said something to Holly.
Okay.
The fight was really bad. She kind of starts crying again.
I don't think that I'm gonna kind of pat her shoulder. I don't think it's anything that's not fixable.
I feel like, I don't know, Ming, you remember, right? The old days when there was no razzle-dazzle?
Yeah.
It was so much nicer. There was so much peace. And now it just feels like this endless parade of, I don't know, mainstreamers going to the razzle-dazzle all the time. You know,
it just
people
makes so
coming
much
here.
sense.
I just want everyone to get along. That's all. And I don't want anyone to fight anymore. Sherry has been so miserable.
Yeah. I think that maybe we can talk with Tarek, and maybe if they're okay with us communicating with everyone, we might be able to get everyone together and talk this out, because it seems like there are a lot of emotions that have bubbled over, and everyone's just not communicating. We're not talking to each other. We've just got all these walls built up. I think if Tarek is cool with it, we should just all get together and air it out.
Yeah, I think
Let
so
me know,
too.
because he's also kind of HR. I could message if you want.
All right. Here's my idea.
Okay.
I don't think anyone should have to perform tonight if they don't want to, at either place, at either venue. Everyone has had a very long day. And, like, this isn't my business, but I do spend so much time here that I should probably be paying rent. So, I would like to open our doors, pull down the projector screen, we put on, like, But I'm a Cheerleader, let everyone come in, watch the movie, and everyone involved in this little kerfuffle can go to the back dressing rooms and we can all talk it out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll shoot them a message.
Okay.
She puts everybody, like, she asks for everyone's numbers to, like, do a little group text.
Yep.
And when she sends it, you all hear the little chimes and pings on your phone. But you also hear one just outside the door. And when you turn and look, Tarek is there, trying to, like, sneak through the door. Like, he's, like, halfway through, like, the outside door, kind of trying to make his way, like, a beeline to the basement door. Like, trying to, like, sneak by.
Baby. It's fine. Everything's fine. It's okay.
I'm just here on razzle dazzle business. Gotta go downstairs.
No. We're not doing that here. We're family. You saw the text. Look at the text.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I guess I'm out.
No.
Well,
No, you're not.
I'm
Your family. Your family. We're all family.
But you know now.
So why? I know now. Yes, and now we can talk about it. Now we can schedule. Now we can figure it out. Okay?
Yeah.
Look. I'm wild, right? I'm a fucking beast. I'm an animal.
Yeah.
But we're a community. Hayden has really rallied us all together. So's Ming. Jocelyn has been backing us up with the Molotov cocktails. Let's just sit down and work it out. And I'm going to try to entice them, but more in an emotional way as opposed to a sexual way.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Please, go ahead and roll.
Okay.
I would say all of you probably have a string on Tarek because you know his identity.
Yeah.
Okay. I rolled a 4 and a 6.
Okay.
And then I have +2 to heart, so
Yes. Perfect.
It's
So
12.
you gain an additional string. And then, let's see. They choose one. Get flustered and awkward. Promise something they think you want. Or given to desire. I think given to desire here is going to mean they just pop a squat. They kind of like, they lean against you a little bit. And they say, I just,
Okay.
I'm not embarrassed of who I am. I just don't know. I didn't want to upset anybody. Frankie's not that bad. I know he's a lot.
No, he's
But
not
he's-
that bad.
He
I'm
needs
gonna
to
have
pull it on
so
the
much.
axe, though.
I'm gonna have so much fun tying him up. It's gonna be great.
He's
gonna
gonna love that. He was
he's gonna
hoping
be in
you'd leave your business
cheer.
card.
I'm also. He can look me up on Instagram. I don't know why he feels the need to have it.
He's old school.
Yeah, he is old school. I should drop off the card. Look, Hayden has a great plan, right? So why don't we do the plan? And I am going to put myself between you and between the boss. Okay.
Okay.
No one's going to hurt
Thanks.
you.
I don't want to hurt her, you know? She's really
You know,
sensitive.
You
And I just want her to
sometimes-
know I've got her back.
Yeah. We're gonna figure this out. I promise.
He looks over at you, Hayden, and back at Rita. and then at the display in the window, and back at you, and goes, "So I'm not the only person who got found out today, or?"
No, I'm kind of smart like that. But as I told Rita, we're not mad.
Cool. Yeah, she talks about you a lot. I think her and Jem like have read your book like 6 million times.
Jem also read my book? How many of you have read this
Jem
book?
You
does
see
that
Rita
too.
like
Stop reading the book!
Rita's like blushing.
Unread it!
Like
Unread it!
we've sold so many copies.
Yes.
I recommend
the
it
book,
to everyone who comes in.
the book is for other people to read, not people that know me in real life.
Yes,
Yeah,
but
that's not how
knowing you
that
in real
works.
life is awesome.
Okay. Oh,
If Jocelyn wrote a book, I'd read it.
okay. We'll hit everybody with the free copies after our nice little meeting. Okay.
So you guys just go downstairs into the dressing
Yeah.
room and try to have this meeting?
Yeah, try
Okay.
to have this meeting, distract the public with a screening of But I'm a Cheerleader.
I thought that would be the best thing, because who's gonna
It's
pass
perfect.
that up? Who's
Nobody.
gonna
Yeah.
pass that up?
Not
Yeah.
a soul, okay?
Not on Pride. Not on Pride.
Baby Babbitt, Baby Leone, young RuPaul. What's not to love?
Even Prince Zuko is there.
Oh, Prince Zuko, sweet baby. Yes. It is the ultimate movie. Clea Duvall.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yes.
So Jem sets everything up, right? He makes everybody drink to kind of go to the back and make sure that you guys have like some chill vibes in there. And he manages everything. Eddie, the two of them put everything on. You start seeing people kind of coming in like, what? I don't understand. Everybody's dressed up, but the second they find out it's But I'm a Cheerleader, people just shut the fuck up and order their drinks. There's pastries there that Ming has brought over from Caked Up. People are having a good time. Outside of the dressing room, you can hear kind of like a low murmur of people just like really enjoying themselves. And Sherry comes out of the back. She is wearing what probably the most resplendent costume. It's got this like she's got like a bodysuit on, right, with like a really nice like cinched in corseted waist. She has thigh-high boots that are laced up the backs of the boots, and like fishnets underneath. The boots themselves are also kind of festooned with rhinestones, and then like right at the base of like the rump of her kind of costume, she has like a little bit of a bustle that has some like feathers, like peacock feathers, so she has like a little tail that flounces when she walks. She has the beautiful kind of 3/4 length gloves that go like all the way up to her biceps, that are like threatened around the edges of those biceps because her arms are so strong and powerful. Her beard looks extra glossy, and she's like shaped it up so it's nice angular and everything, and she's got this beautiful rainbow eyeshadow on and these long extra long lashes that cast this beautiful shadow on her face, and she just kind of comes in and twirls, and like you see like her armpit hair is like dyed like this beautiful color to match her outfit and everything, and she just looks like a vision. You can see that there's like a little bit of a tear in her eye, but she's like ready to take on the world. And she looks at all of you. She goes up to you, Jocelyn, holds your hand, and looks at both of you, kind of thanks, goes up to you, Ming, gives you a hug, goes up to you also, fucking like looks you in your eye and just like holds you for a moment. And then she kind of just sits down and is like, you said you needed to talk to me. I'm here, I'm ready to talk. I am excited today to be back on the stage once again. And what do you have to say?
Okay, Mama. It's Taruk. Probably recognize them. They do the books across the street. Just the books.
What are you doing here? You
They're
can't be
here
in this.
because they
She,
also
like, grabs,
work
like,
for
a
you.
robe.
They are also your star.
Holly, you choose me? You choose me over Razzle Dazzle.
That's not what this is about, Mama. What this is about is Holly was scared. Holly heard about the fight that you had with Rita. Holly needed the money. Holly's been doing the books for Frankie since the split. But she's still come back here and performed for you. back and forth. Look, I know Frankie is sleazy, but I believe he still cares about you. I believe we all still care about each other. Drama happens. I have lost so many partners over the years because of my anger. And I don't want that to happen to you or anybody else. Your feelings are valid, Mama. But it's pride. And the people who want to erase us are coming for us. And we cannot be at each other's throats. And I'm going to spend a string, the string that I have on her, to try and influence and convince Sherry, Mother, to just be open to forgiveness and make this the best pride it can ever be.
She looks at you furtively. You can tell that she is very much wrestling with her pride at this moment. But as you make this kind of impassioned plea to her, she looks around the room at the rest of you, kind of like looking for a reason not to falter. Does anyone else have something they would like to do to convince her to change her mind?
I can contribute.
This is a move called laying it on thick.
Oh, snap.
We already have it hard enough, and I don't think there's any reason for queer business owners, queer performers, all people that should be in the same community in this town to be beefing with each other. We should all support each other, stand together, and do what artists do and pass the same $20 bill around back and forth forever.
She looks at you, Hayden. That is true. I agree. Stronger together. Yes. Anyone else?
Yeah. I mean, Ming is hearing, like, knowing the past, knowing how things were before, and then how things kind of became estranged. Like, Ming is going to step forward and say, hey, I know things happened, and there are a lot of feelings that were hurt, but remember how things used to be. Remember, well, how much love there was. There's so much hate in the world already. We shouldn't have hate for each other.
You're right, Ming. Things did used to be very, very fun, very loving, very pleasant. It is exhausting to stay angry like this.
Yes.
She looks over at you, Jocelyn. You wouldn't think less of me if I climbed off of my Godiva-like white horse and said I'd be willing to accept Frankie back into my life.
No, I found out today that people can be two things at once. Like, Sherry, sorry, what's her name?
Rita?
Oh, Rita. Rita is her own twin, and so are a lot of people. But you can be like a good person and forgiving, and you can be hurt and love at the same time. So it's okay if you want to let Frankie in, because I don't really know why. He's just, okay. Just don't let him close to me. It's fine.
Oh no, he will not get anywhere near anybody who doesn't want it. That's how we got here in the first
He
place.
smells.
Always too much hands, too many places.
Too much feet.
But
I can deal with that.
thank you.
Yeah.
Also, I know he will not make mess when you are here.
He's gonna be too tied up, apparently.
Oh.
We're gonna do a little workshop about enthusiastic consent.
Thank you. I appreciate it. And you see her kind of pull her phone out of somewhere on this fantastically gorgeous body, and open it up, and they text over to Frankie. And I think about maybe an hour passes. He comes over, They ask for the room. He brings Councilman Cha with him as like a mediator, knowing that they're going to be hashing some shit out.
Yep.
Yeah.
And like I think as But I'm a Cheerleader ends, right? And the crowd starts to kind of get a little restless, and they start to kind of pack up and leave. An MC comes on stage, and it's Sherry. And she comes out, and she brings Frankie with her. And they announce a new partnership between the Razzle Dazzle and the Tassel and Tail.
Yes.
They open their arms to the rest of the performers that come on stage. Also, you included, you come out. And then all of you kind of break, and the house lights dim. And like the beautiful and unmistakable voice of Nina Simone rises through the air as the curtain opens, and Holly is standing there. And like the level of Luke, like Sherry looks excellent, right? But like Holly is sitting in like a champagne glass, like a little slim kind of flute, and she's kind of like outside of it, hanging out. Two gentlemen come and lift her from the glass and place her on the ground, and she does a fantastic routine to Love Me. It is amazing. The crowd is absolutely wild, and I think that is where we're going to end our story. Thank you for helping save Pride, you guys.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh.
The theme that came up for this game was unity and strength in numbers. Like all of you have already said in game, I could not be happier with the connections that y'all made. Like, we are at a time when we are facing some unprecedented laws against us and some unprecedented hate. And my goal for this was to show, especially as an all POC community, that we are stronger together. No matter what your background is, no matter where you're from, we are all united in our common struggle. And in my opinion, that is what Pride is all about. So thank you so much for telling this story with me today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you.
This is so wonderful. Please go
Candace,
around and tell everybody where they can find you.
Oh, okay. I'll start to Miss Taipei. I'm Hector Reyes. You can find me at KGOkami on Instagram, on Twitter, on Tumblr. I'll get back there eventually. And that's where you can find me doing all kinds of projects, writing games, being in games, all about, my tagline is, I love to play, run, and write games about queerness, exploration, and the friends we make along the way.
Hey.
I'm gonna popcorn it over to Maxx.
Hi, I'm Maxx.
Oh, sorry.
Oh
And
no,
Maxx
our
is-
names
My
are
bad.
similar.
My
Go
bad.
ahead, go ahead.
Where's the rest of the
I'm
Max,
so sorry.
okay.
On this call.
Please go ahead.
I'm Maxx. You can find me anywhere that I want you to find me on the internet at Arcane Goth. You can find me every other Tuesday on Neon Lights Roleplay. I'm in a Yiddish fantasy game there. I play a doctor. And you can find me over at TTRPG where I'm staff. We have Fair at the end of this month. It is a fundraiser that will donate proceeds to Trans Lifeline. Please go check that out, and also say hi at Gen Con in August.
Hey.
Matt, go ahead, take it.
Okay, thank you. I'm so
Matt
sorry
with
about
T.
that. I'm Matt. You can find me everywhere. Keep up with everything I'm doing. I'm improv and RPG everywhere. So thank you so much. This was such a blast. I'm gonna popcorn it over to Mark.
Actually, is it okay if I go last?
Yeah, you absolutely can.
If Candace would like to do your outro.
Yeah, Candace.
Yes. I have been your game master, Candace the Magnificent. You can find me on Twitter at that Candace girl. You can find me pretty much everywhere else at Candace the Magnificent. I am on a lot of shows. You can catch me on Monday nights doing Trusting Fates over at Homebodies and Homebrews. You can see me all over the Crossroads Games channel. You can find me over at 12-Sided Stories, and soon you will be able to find me on the queer-led and queer telling What We Do in the Shallows, which is a 5e gay pirate game a la our flag means death. So
That's
so cool.
that's every
So
other
cool.
Saturday. Yeah, my first day. I have a session 0 this coming Saturday. My first session will be, I believe, on the 22nd. So please keep your eyes peeled for that. And you can also find me on Live from the Apocalypse doing some Blood of the Harvest Call of Cthulhu on Wednesday.
Okay, and now me. First of all, I just want to thank all of you for participating. Candace, that was
Thank
absolutely
you.
brilliant. Matt, Maxx, Hector, all brilliant. We, here at Apochromatic Unlimited, our goal is to uplift and highlight people of color who are just so talented, and you guys exemplify that exactly. My name is Mark J, everybody. You can find me at More the Merrier. I'm one of the admin at Apochromatic Unlimited. We are here to just uplift voices of people of color in the TTRPG space. I hope we've done that today. We've also been raising money for the Trevor Fund, which is why this game is here. And if you're still watching this, thank you so much for watching this. Thank you for contributing. Thank you for donating. Thank you for being a person of color, probably, or queer, especially if you're a person of color, whatever. But yeah. We just thank you and appreciate you, and you can probably find us. Our zine should be coming out soon, I think. You can find Maxx at Gen Con. You can find us at Big Bad Con, probably doing something illegal. Not just kidding. Never do that.
You mean like existing in 2023?
Pretty much.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
See, it's not illegal if we don't get caught, so just tiptoe.
Wow. Underground Railroad back again.
Yeah.
Yes.
This time with rainbows.
Mm.
It always had rainbows. But thank you so much, y'all. Have a good night. Stay safe and take care of each other.